Alright, good afternoon, good evening to anyone that may be watching the VOD. We are back continuing the Citizen Sleeper 2 grind after having failed in the first couple hours, so 6 hours on stream. But we are back. I have started a new game, basically redoing all the same decisions. Interestingly, I forgot to do one of the things I did the first run. And then some of the other stuff that I did initially where I didn't get everything, I got lucky and got everything this time. So it's kind of weird how it kind of played out. But we're good on resources. We should be good. I did not go to areas that I previously did not go on stream. So you can see I'm at more cycles now. But I'm kind of managing my money better. I got way more resources too. I found some stuff like this area I didn't know about before. There's like a fabricator. I was farming Solheim data, and then what this does is it gives me rare components which I can basically use to restore dice. So 527 bucks. We got that money, and I think. That's all the way. There has to be something over here, like a secret planet, but... Okay. So I think the closest planet to me is going to be... This is where we are, right? Yeah. The green belt. Maybe I go to Helion and just farm a little bit. I need 12 to get the green belt. Yeah. Help Nemba, because Nemba's here. Hex support's over here. Yeah, impassable hazard. So if anything, I gotta go here, and then I avoid this area. Dark side, sprawling urban station, that's fine. And then recon, dark side, yeah. I gotta go to scatter yards. So no matter what, I gotta go to scatter yards. That's... Okay. We'll help Nemba, and then we'll go back. So we'll do that. And we should be good. So I just want to check my settings. Yeah. Okay. 14. Yeah, I think we're okay. A little risky, but let's see what happens. Really good game. Relaxing. Definitely relaxing. Oh. Where are we? Unclaimed deliveries. Interesting. Retrieve spores. I gotta pay $40. Oh. Okay, hold up. Maybe we can figure something out. These are supplies. Okay, hold up. So I've increased my skills. I should probably show my skill tree, not that anyone cares, but so I'm a point less than what I would have been. There was a mission I missed, so I haven't invested in this, but I've gotten everything up to plus. So obviously the next step would be to get all these to +2, so it's easier. I haven't really used the push function. It's kind of whatever, but... Green belt access. Greenbelt buzzes with focused activity. The passage is full of shift change, then empty once the work begins. It's a place that runs on its own schedule, but comfortably so. That comfort bought by being one of the largest food producers in the belt. Okay, so this is like kind of like a greenhouse planet. There's always work in these fields, protected by a thick skin of transparent layers, and you can see why the humble life it offers has captured more than a few of the belt's iterant workers. Sleeper, the voice soft but forceful takes you by surprise. Aki. As you turn, you meet a delicate face. Apologies, I mistook you for someone. She covers her embarrassment. I'm Aki. What brings you to the Greenbelt, friend? Looking for work? Let me show you around. Aki leads you through a series of doors, gliding down the passages cut into the rock, then up, following pipes into metal passages that cross the fields themselves. She stops on a bridge overlooking the soft curve of a farmland that makes up one of the asteroid's 2 biospheres. Below, leaves flap in 0G, waves spreading out across a sea of green. The varieties we farm here are specifically selected and customized for microgravity. She puts her hands on the railings at the edge of the bridge. We feed them from beneath, irrigating and nourishing them through the very medium they grow within. The light of Helion helps us with this, and of course, where are these plants from? Solheim left us many things, including a few seed vaults filled with their own engineered microgravity crops. Then there are the stacks found across the belt, self-contained microfarms. We have been able to propagate crops from them in some cases, but how about you? Could you contribute to such a place, a green and growing place? I would like to. Feel free to take a ship below anytime you want. I'll tell the others to expect you. The plants, they have a kind of peace, an eternal quality that makes them seem less fragile than they are. This place is like any other in the belt. It has pressures. It is for me to navigate them. She looks away. I must attend to those pressures. Excuse me, I'm glad that our paths cross. I hope they do again. And with that, Aki leaves you. Okay. New locations. Okay. So this is obviously food, buy a meal. Okay. So I'm wondering if I can do work to... I need to bring 4 spores back, but that's $40. That's a lot of money. Basically 160 to get... If it's 1 spore per crate. But I know that he needs 4 spores for the quest, so... Engineer... Yeah, so I gotta do these to... Among the green, okay. So this will give me energy back, and then this will... So that's not bad. So we'll chill here for a bit, and then I gotta buy that and go back. Scavenge fuel, that's pretty important. So we're managing stress, which is good. I gotta get my die broke. This die needs to break because I'm gonna get screwed in a mission, but it's fine. And now that I have more crew, I'm scavenging supplies much better. Nice. I had everything there. All 5 dices. That's crazy. Crazy luck. Okay. So I'm curious if Aki's gonna have a contract request. Green fields. Let's see if I can get 2 positive here. Keep the... Try one of these. Nice. You have a natural ability with the plants. Aki's voice makes you look from your work. It is rare. You expect Aki's typical warm smile, but she looks pale, distracted. I have something I want to discuss with you. She leads you out of the biome into the damp, rock-cut tunnels that run just under the surface all across Greenbelt. I'm sure you've noticed a section of our fields that has been lying fallow. It's been like this since I took over as administrator here. My predecessor was the one to fail it, and confidence was lost in his vision. But we have been unable to recover it. No matter the crop, the preparations, nothing will take. Aki leads you through a set of double doors and then up a second biosphere. Immediately you feel a difference. The air is dry, a thin choking dust fills the space. With its output halved, Greenbelt is under threat. Those who wish to control this place are circling. We cannot lose our independence. But I wasn't always in the belt. I was born on the moon, Ember Step, a failed experiment in terraforming from before the collapse. We survived by cultivating the dust. I came here like many in the shadow of the war, my ship lost. Aki pause, takes her mind for a moment. But it held the key and perhaps holds it still. She swipes the dust from her fingers. Step silk, a plant that thrives in the dry and dust, a plant that might thrive here. I have seen your ship and you have shown me that you are to be trusted. I want you to go to the remains of my own, the wind's long shadow, and try to recover anything we might use, a plant, a husk, a seed, anything. Where is the ship? The wind's long shadow lies wrecked beyond the summer belt, beyond Helion Gate. I do not know what remains. My crew and I were lucky to escape. Greenbelt has reserves of cryo for moments like this. We will pay you for the retrieval, of course. This is our final recourse. Yeah, I'm done. Come, let us go back to where things grow green. It's a better place to consider the future together. Okay, new contract. Obviously, we'll do that. So I do need to buy fuel. Oh, it's cheap here. That's not bad. 21 bucks. $3 a pop, so this planet's not bad. I guess I got the rep since I did the work. I will buy one just to see what I get. 4-pack spores, okay. So I got his quest, so I basically can do 2 quests here. Let's see. So I gotta go back here, but where's the quest for the ship? Help back here. Oh, she's here, so it's on the way. Might as well. Make 2 stops, get 2 quests if I can get it. Okay, yeah, she's gonna be here, so I need 4 fuel. I'm gonna get $100. If anything, I should farm this term 1 cycle, and then let's see if I can get fuel. Scavenge fuel, yeah. Three fuel, okay, so it should be fine. So we're at 13 fuel. I can scavenge cargo as well. Okay, we're good. Let's do this quest. So who do I want with me? I guess she has a plus on that. He has an engage. I think engage is the only thing I don't have, so let me see. Yeah, I need 1 person with engage. That's fine. So he's locked in. I'll take that one. Wind's long shadows floats broken open at the sunward edge of the belt. Oh, rip, they had a nice ship. Got broke. One of the refugee ships that made the fraught journey out of the belt from the inner system before the war truly took hold. The wind's long shadow is a monument now, a warning to any other vessel that might stray sunward. Are you telling me that that's where we're going seed hunting? Aki's in more trouble than we thought. It is hard to imagine that this cold, dead place might hold some key to the future of the settlement as verdant as Greenbelt, but that is why you are here. Steep silk husks, that's what Aki said. The crop she brought from her home, carried out with the refugees. If there's anything left, it'll be your job to continue its journey from this place. There's no salvage job, Seraphine. You need to be delicate. The more of these things we can get, the more Aki will pay. Not to be total mercenary. You look at it at the wreck, shrouded in debris, delicate, right? Time to put it to the test. Okay. Oh shit. I got 3, eh? Broken dust house. Crop processing. Oh fuck, that's huge. Okay, so sector search. Yeah, might as well. I can do both, but I can use her at least on this one. Okay, I should be able to get this. I'll do this one just to get it, and then I'll try the others. So that's good. Okay, so we got 1 husk. Okay, so we got 1. Storage vaults. So, okay, me and her can both do this. I can do this one, she can do this one. He can't do either. He can do this one though. This one's pretty big. Yeah, depressurization. Okay. Ooh, stress plus deep pressure, rip. Okay. I might mess that one up. Let's see. I'm hoping that the husk is gonna be enough. I don't know if it is, but ideally I can at least get 2. Okay, I got 1 perfect. He's got 1. She doesn't have a roll. Okay. Let's see. Storage vault, much less. A dynamic. Oh, you finished Kingdom Come? Nice. What'd you think? Honest thoughts? Pleasing? Satisfied? Not satisfied? Nice. Okay. If I can hit both of these, that'd be good. Henry's parents were pissed at him. Yeah, you probably did what I did, right? I destroyed Samin, and I also I killed everyone in Belishaw. So then they were not pleased with me. Okay. She can't do anything here. I need 1 more. If I get a perfect, I'll get that one. Container hut. She can try this one at least. Okay, she got stressed, but she got 2. That's fine. So yeah, apparently, depending on what you do in those like settlements, your parents will have a different like story. Like if you basically spare Samin and don't attack the other village at the end, they'll basically be very happy. They'll be proud of you. So it's kind of interesting that they took that route, and ultimately they open the door pretty much for a 3rd game, right? Yeah, I mean it's not a perfect game. I wouldn't go so far as to say it's like 100% perfect. Definitely good. I think there's room for improvement. Oh, you saved Simeon? I did not. I got 2 husks. Nice. Okay. Let's see if we can get this one. I got 1 perfect with her. Container hut. He can't do anything, so I gotta go for it. Yo, Legion, what's going on, man? How's life, man? Legion, we need to get a triple player game. Yumi dynamic. I miss those days. I enjoy playing with you guys. I'm a heavy single player game guy, but we need some options. I know I said Killing Floor 3. I'm honestly down to get that if you guys are down to play it. Check it out. Apparently a lot of people are saying it. I was looking at some of the early reviews. It's not as good as the second. I never played the second. So, I don't know what to believe on it, to be honest. No, Killing Floor 3. Oh, she's almost done. Shit. Okay. Yeah, I have tried Killing Floor 1. The second one I never did. No, Dynamic. We gotta check out. I was going through wish lists, and then I saw that Legion had Killing Floor 3 on his wish list. I'm like, seems reasonable. Looks like a game that we could probably get down. Okay, nice. So, what are you still playing, Dynamic or Legion? Are you still doing the Final Fantasy playthrough? You've never played it? Alright, let me pull it up. Just hold it. Where's my... I don't have Steam, do I? It's pretty much like a... leaked mystery games, bro. It's like a zombie like horde. Yeah, it's like Left 4 Dead, but it's like crazy, right? So you kind of... This is the second game. This is older, right? 2016, but you're basically like going and just hunting hordes, survival, going through, and then the third one's coming out. So it's coming out, I think, in end of March. Yeah, March 25th. So I've been getting good CS:GO drops. I got like $12 in the last like 2 weeks. I've been like farming CS:GO. Zombie elves, yeah. So they just had a beta, but it's pretty much 6-player co-op. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, this is a game where we could probably get a few people to play, right? So I'll add it to my wish list, actually, because I saw Legion had it, so I'm like, okay, Legion. If Legion plays it and he's willing to play with me, I'd be down to play for like a little bit. Not gonna lie. As Seraphim starts up the drive, you give up the Windlong, shadow a final look. It's hard to feel sad about another chunk of scrap. Nice, nice. You think of them as you prepare to leave and hope they like Aki. Legion, are you into like Monster Hunter? I know that game's coming out. That's like a really big game. I tried one of them on stream. It wasn't really my genre, but I know it's like crazy popular. Okay, let's leave. Oh, you've been playing lately? Listen, man. Take my honest advice. This is what you gotta do. Play CS every week. And you literally just need 2-3 hours. I'm down to play it. But what you do is you play. Drops are every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. You basically get your XP up to, you need 5,000 XP or whatever. And then you just get it up to the point where just before it's gonna level up, you wait, you get your drop, and then you sell the drops. Easy money. Like I literally, I had one drop last week. Free. It's a free drop you get just for playing weekly. It was $7 Canadian. I was like, why not? Free money. Basically, I always get like free games just by playing CS every week for like 2-3 hours. The world game was 9.5. Yeah, Monster Hunter World. I played Monster Hunter, I think Rise on stream. That was the one I had. From the very, you sold it for 60 USD, bro. Okay, so you had like crazy drops. Wow. Nice, nice. Yeah, that's why I love it. It's like if you held stuff, there's so many cases I wish I never sold and just kept it from when I first started playing. You've been playing since... Okay, you're an OG like me then. I played 1.6. I didn't have my own computer, but Source is when I have my Steam account. So like right at Source. You never played CS:GO? Damn. It's a tough game dynamic. You gotta like, it truly is a game you need to invest like 1,000 hours to be like somewhat decent. It doesn't have controllers. It's not controller friendly either, so you might not like it. You bring the stepsil husks you gathered from the wind's long shadow to Aki, and she is pleased as you would expect. You meet her on the bridge overlooking green fields, the greenbelt workers quietly toiling below, while the air recycler's wind gently rustles the leaves of crops. Sleeper, thank you. These are a new beginning for us. How was she? She must have been beautiful once. She looks down until they killed her. Everyone must die in the end. The belt makes a wreck of all of us. But what have you brought me? This is new life. Give us time. We will need to clear the reseeded. I hope you will return to us when our work is done. She pressures a handful of chits in your hand. Thank you. Nice. We're good on money. I'll get my fuel up, and then we're gonna go turn in the other quest. So this is actually the cheapest refueling location. I gotta repair my dice. Okay, this is perfect. Our dice are now full health. We got $700, full on supplies. It's very tactical, quick deaths, yeah. Oh yeah, CS:GO, CS:GO is one of those games you gotta be careful to stream, because you never know, like when you're playing casual or something, like the stuff that some people might say is like, Definitely, and if they like, I'm obviously nobody, but when big streamers play, like you'll get trolled, and they will definitely. They're not afraid to say things. Let's just say that. It's probably one of the best games, like especially because it's free, and that just by playing it, like you actually get money. That's pretty crazy. I'm gonna farm data. I need data. Do I go for 10 data? I think I get some fuel. I need fuel just so I can get back. Yeah, there's a lot of good games, man. Like, I don't know if you've seen that game, Atomfall. And it's basically supposed to be like a Fallout Stalker, but like London version. And it's made by the guys that made Zombie Armory. I think it has like decent potential. I don't know. It's coming out end of March also. That's like the next big game I'm expecting. Whether it ends up being good or not, I don't know, but. So you're saying they're racist, sexist, bigoted, and around? I mean, if anything, it's all of those things, but it's like grown adults. It's like 40, 50-year-old people. You know how many people call me a cheat? I'm bad, like I'm not good, but like I'm playing old boomers, and then this guy's cheating. He's cheating. There's like schizo people that there's one guy that plays casual all the time. He's like some like former veteran. He has his like profile is pictures of him in the army, and he's like trying to like flex on the kids. But he's like pure schizo. He wants it to be where everyone has to mandatory put their driver's license and social insurance number to play games, so that if you're cheating, they know who you are. And he says that you should get mandatory jail. And he's actually been advocating this for like 10 years. He's like the biggest schizo on like CS. There's interesting characters. There's like people you come across, like it's just funny. Yeah. You remembered us. Nemba appears at the loading back. I'm a little surprised. Happy to surprise you. Well, I'm not surprised. I'm not that surprised, but it's still a pleasant feeling. Nemba glides over the crate. Take a look. He squints. Not in great condition though. How long have these been bouncing around your hold? They were like that already. Now that I can believe. They didn't bother to bring them to the right station after all. I have a place picked out in one of the bays to cultivate them, warm, damp, near the air recycler. Shouldn't take long for the mushrooms to cook. You follow Nembla into the kitchen. Remembering your shifts here, they were long, but the company was good, and with all things, the difficulties have faded with time. Much of the same as before, I'm sure you noticed, but twice as oversubscribed. Different strokes for different folks. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there's some great people. Like some of the few people I've kept on my list were people I used to play like casual with all the time, and they have like 5,000-6,000 hours, so they play all the time. Each cycle more refugees come out of the inner system. The war isn't going anywhere. They disperse across the belt, but many don't make it much further than overhang, especially if they can't work. It's not just food. I mean, look, Legion, CS2, I'm down. Like, literally just let me know if you want to play ranked one time. I haven't played ranked at all, so I have no rank in CS2. CSGO, there were times where I was elite. I'm obviously not that good, but I'm down to play. So if we're both unranked, we could do like queues. We can queue together and stuff like that. So if you ever want to play CS, just give me like a heads up, like what day you might be on. So yeah, don't worry. Like, who cares, man? If you're a bad rank, then that means we'll get bad people, and then it'll make me have fun. Oh, Henry pegged Hans. Oh yeah, you got the romance with the Hans. How many romances are there in KCD2? I only got 2. I did the girl and Catherine, and what's the other girl? The princess. I mean, there was the daughter of the daughter at Samin that like took advantage of me. Well run. So I'm curious to see how many there. I didn't check how many romances total there were. Like I'm sure it can't just be 2 or 3. Like if you're basically saying Hans plus the 2 I did, there has to be at least like 4 or 5. There was that other girl at Samin wedding. I don't know if you could like wow her. I heard it was organized as a cooperative, all the workers sharing in the trade of their goods, but no chits exchanged. I had to pay crow. Well, that ain't me saying, so I'm sorry for that. I mentioned it because we all tried to be kind of place to offer the aid to people. I regret being a mercenary, but waiting for benevolent helpers doesn't work. Apart from president exemptions, of course. I can speak to them, it's worth a shot. But you need their trust first, earn that, and you'll have a feeling. Okay, here. He takes one of the crate spores, take them as a gift, he pushes it to you, but don't begin with the spores, begin by understanding they need them from you. Me, okay. Meanwhile, I have a meal prep to begin with. Okay, so connect Aki and Nembla. This is a major. Oh, it's a big quest. Find a fracking ship. So I gotta wait 6 cycles before I can go back. I think that's it. If you don't cheat on Teresa, you get a cutscene. Oh, did she come to the end? Does she show up or? Interesting. I got 12 cryo. I got 6 sheets. Yeah. I guess I can do one. I think I'll sleep here, try to see if I can scavenge fuel. Signal station. Overall, not enough boobs. 2 out of 10. Not enough sex. Feels bad. It's a shame I can't do this quest because I don't have engage. It'd be ultra risky for me to try this. I'm not even gonna bother. That's one I'm just not gonna do. I mean, this year's been pretty good. There's still some pretty hype games to come out, like Doom. I think Expedition 33 is going to be a surprise hit. So there's definitely a lot of games that you shouldn't sleep on. I think Adamfall might be a good surprise. Avowed turned out to be a flop. I might play it still, but it doesn't look like it's anything special, to be honest. Yeah. And you know, every year there's always a surprise hit too, right? There's always an indie game. Like, this obviously is boring for a lot of people, but I played the first one, I enjoy it. I actually like this game. This is very relaxing. I know it's like super boring, you're like, what's this guy doing? But there's games like this that you could find that are like pretty solid. They're not mainstream, nothing crazy. Definitely good. So like there's always that indie hit. It's just that like, when do you find it? Do you play it when it's fresh and unknown, or are you playing it when it's too late? Okay, so yeah, I like the change, right? And let's be real, so a lot of times indie games are way better. Like there's way more detail, attention. I gotta go back no matter what, so I gotta go to this planet. So I might as well spend my time. Like I'd say like 2023 I think is when Signalis came out. Like Signalis was one of the best games I played. That year was amazing. There was some other indie games that came out. So, in case you're interested, Splitgate 2 free alpha. I don't know. What's up? Let's see. Splitgate. I've never even heard of this. Oh, I remember this. Summit. I used to watch Summit 1G when he played the original. Okay, yeah. Splitgate. yeah. This Summit 1G was pretty big at the first game. He played this a lot. He's like kind of the OG Twitch streamer that I remember watching. This was during COVID, yeah. Splitgate. He was like the biggest streamer that played that game. What's going on with Halo? Is it like totally dead, like Halo Infinite? I played the campaign. I don't think I played multiplayer for like more than an hour. Total disappointment. I see you on it once in a while, Legion. I don't know if you still play it, but... Might as well farm data and probably come to a section where I need it. That's nothing though. 3 to 5K, that's nothing. For a franchise that legendary, that's bad, man. Like I still remember the peak of gaming to me, and obviously Dynamic's older, so he's probably dealt with like more cooler stuff, but I still think the craziest thing ever was Halo 2 comes out, multiplayer, Xbox Live, and I'm playing with my friends in other cities at the time, and we're like little kids. We're like that was so mind-blowing. Like, what do you mean I'm playing with my friend and he's not in the room with me? Like, holy, like, Halo 2 was peak, man. And then back in the day, they used to have like Xbox Live codes you can get from like games and stuff. Oh my god, Super Mario 64, yeah. I'm not even gonna lie, Halo Reach had 900k average, bro. Imagine what Halo 3 was when it came out. Like, Halo 3 is like a all-time GOAT game, right? So, okay, the biosphere once barren is transformed. Where it was once dry and gray, it now swirls with amber dust, a hazy cloud cut through. Aki in a mask and goggles lets the biosphere circulating airplay with the end of her scarf. That scarf, she explained, is woven from the best fibers of the steep silk itself. This is why the place is known as the Weaver's Fields for the workshops of the Greenbelt residents, creating fabric from its steep silk fibers, weavers who fled from Ember Steppe, and those taught afresh by Aki herself. Isn't it beautiful? Ember Steep reborn on this rock, but not as an archive of something new. The plants themselves are reconfigured, the steep silk adapts well to the microgravity, even thrives, and the dust itself becomes a cloud that surrounds it. What was once a burrowing plant is now a bridging plant. Like us, its projects itself across empty space, pushing out into new conditions. Sorry, I'm rambling. This place is beautiful. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Let's leave the dust house. We can talk more easily outside. Find yourself in a sparse room, racks of unfamiliar tools on the wall. This is just the beginning for us. The steep silk is already being harvested, redded, and woven. This is no synthetic fiber from the dark field looms. It's a natural fiber out here in an unnatural place. We will trade it and get what the Greenbelt needs to stay stable to feed its people. I am the administrator, but the workers are the owners here, and we will make a future for ourselves. We control our path. What more could we want? Silence falls in the room. The idea of such a future so desirable that is almost painful, an idea that haunts you. You can spend as much time as you want if the noise suits you. Like he does then. Okay. There's something you want to ask me. I can see it right there. Explained about Nebula. Everyone's just biding their time until the Halo CE remake releases either. Oh, they're actually making Halo CE? I don't know. Do they really need that, man? Like, it'd be nice, but I don't think they need it. I think they need to go back to the roots, like solid campaign that makes sense. Multiplayer on day one with content. Like, I remember, if you're an OG, I remember my friend's older brother with Xbox Connect on Halo 1. So Halo 1, you could do Xbox Connect, where you connect through the PC and there were servers held on the computer. And we played Halo 1, and it was the most sweat hardcore people in the world. Like, I remember playing that, and then every death was like 2 seconds, and it was like one shot, just taps. It was crazy. Yeah, it's true. It'll take 3 to 4 years. But didn't Infinite come out during COVID? I thought Infinite came out during COVID. To be honest, I like the concept, like the open world. I thought it wasn't bad. It's just that like the story just kind of went all over the place. The far spindle is a long way from here. Come find me in my unit. We can discuss more then. Okay. Oh, nice. I got an upgrade. Let's go. Engineer Max. Hey. Gift Aki the spores. Connect. Okay. So that's her office. I can't do any work on this planet. That's the only crap thing. Let's see. Infinite was holiday 2021. Yeah. I prefer they did a Halo 3 remake, which is just new coat of paint. Yeah. To be honest, give us a Halo 3 remake with the multiplayer, and make it like just modern graphics that run smooth. I think people would be happy with that. Come in. The door in Aki's unit slides open. You see her perched at a terminal, her face pale in the blue light on the screen. You have not seen her in this setting before. She seems paler, older when she isn't surrounded by the softer light of the biomes. Just one moment. Her eyes do not leave the screen, and she leans in closer, squinting at some detail. You sense this is her least favorite position. Done. Immediately. A gift. From who? Let me see. As she unlocks the worn catches on the crate, you explain about Nemba and his work to feed the refugees. You aren't sure Aki's listening though. She seems too eager to see inside the crate. She manages to get the lid open and lifts a dented canister. She turns it, peering through. Spore prints. This is quite a gift from Nemba, he said. She said carefully. We will make good use of these. The tunnels under Greenville will make an excellent mushroom garden. I was lucky enough to be taught how to tend mushrooms. Will you meet Nebula? A meeting? I can't leave Greenbelt, not now. I'm a little nervous, given, but would you speak Nebula? But Nebula, would you bring Nebula here so we can speak gladly? Okay. Okay, that's fine. I can't really do much on this planet. I can't farm money or anything. Luckily, supplies are cheap, so... Okay, so we're here now. I gotta go to this planet for the lost ship, and then I gotta make my way around. So we're gonna have to go around. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, man. Take it easy. I will watch out for killing floor 3, like I said. And if you ever want to play CS2, just message me. I'm down. Good luck if you're playing Final Fantasy, especially. I know it's a long game. Mushrooms dotted here and there all across the cargo bay. Mushrooms growing on the ship. This doesn't seem very hygienic. Yeah, true. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, it's Elden Ring tonight? Oh, shit. Okay, well, good luck. I know that's rough. Elden Ring is not easy. I would get too tilted playing those games. I'd really had, like... I don't think I have the patience for Dark Souls. It's hard not to agree. Now that you've risked it before, we should vent the cargo bay. He's flying the ship. This is what comes for having spores and wonky crates. We could farm them. We know they're edible, so we could. We're always short of supplies, but a few caps doesn't make a meal. I do look a good mushroom, though. Back in, on the eye, they had an amazing matsake. It smelled amazing. Or you could just open the hatch and let the void of space sterilize the whole place for you as you fly. After all, if these things get into the air recyclers, you could have a serious problem on your hands, and you know what? They might do the wiring. Vent the bay. Are you sure? Yeah, vent them. Alright. Takes a minute once you're done. Sorry, little fungi. Want to keep you what there wasn't much room. Seraphine's not the only one who can make jokes. Okay, I got a good roll. I mean, I guess I'm just farming fuel at this point. I'm just gonna keep farming data. Like I can't farm. I could get scrap, I guess. Oof. I gotta pick up Nimba. I gotta buy supplies. I guess that could work. Okay, wow. 10 fuel, okay. Oh, it fast traveled here. Aki comes to meet Nimba at the entrance of the green fields. You can tell she's full in administrator mode. Her bows are precise, her words careful, but her manners not without distinctive warmth. Nimba responds in kind, taking a diplomatic tone, but with a wry grin for her buffet. As Aki provides the tour, you watch them from one of the bridges, their conversation muffled by the greenery all around. They both look at home, amongst the growing things, hands reaching out to touch stray leaves. When Nimba returns afterward, you aren't surprised to see him pleased. Plans are in motion. What did Aki offer? She graciously offered a regular supply of steep silk cloth for clothing and construction shelters. We're also going to see about settling population here in Greenbelt to work with farmers. It is always a little strange to talk with about the lives of people who have been exposed to so much suffering, but we do them in the benefit to couch our words and gratitudes. Aki understands she's a refugee herself. She fled her moon many cycles ago. We share that as well. You fled the war? I did. Does that change how you see me? Would it have made you treat me differently? Sorry, I'm being unfair. I just find there's an expectation that if I'm a refugee, I must be desperate, I must beg for aid, show my suffering. I prefer to make plain requests, or even better, strong demands. You think of the back and forth journey you made for both Aki and Nimba and the aid that was asked of you. Would you have done the same if the requests had been so strong, the demands so obvious? Speaking to Aki, I could see she has experienced the same treatment, but I think she's less hardened by it. We both have our own reasons to do what we do, for why we enjoy it. We don't need to explain ourselves to others. I am glad to have met her. Thank you for your part in it. I'm glad to help. What I like about you, Sleeper, is that I believe you when you say it. I will stay a little longer. Aki's promised to send me back to the force window with the first shipment of fabric. I will then gather those who wish. After all the shuttling of spores across the belt, you finally have a clear view of Aki and Nimba. To the response to their own hardship, they're not saints acting from a position of purity, but pragmatists. Okay. Nice, another 2 points. I need lots of resources right now. Shame I have good rolls, but I can't do anything with it. Okay, 725. Yeah, this planet's just so bare. So I guess the hollow would be the next, so that's find the fraction ship, right? Yeah. I mean, I might even be able to finish the game today, to be honest. Considering, well, there's only like 3 more planets, maybe not, but 1 more stream for sure. Sleeper, I'm going to head into the Radius markets to find my contact, the one with the data on the Aphelion. You should come with me. The 2 sets of eyes are better than 1. Let's go. You watch him go unsure with his swagger, might hide, but you've come this far with him. Maybe it's time to see where it all leads. New locations discovered. The markets. I got a very bad roll. Hollow heart. These are both interface and engage. Interesting. They both have engage and intuit and interface. +1 ghosted contact. I think I reset here. Ideally, I get a decent roll where I can get. Oh, shit rolls. So. My issue is I have no food, so I'm gonna have to use a supply source here. Okay, much better. We're gonna have to scavenge. Should hit it with this. The radius markets around you in Eugen. Much of the architecture of the Starward belt is built on a Sawline foundation as a corporation from the core. Sawline structures tend towards cardinal directions, towards respecting gravity in a place where it has little effect, but the radius markers have no such bias and no singular direction. Instead, the stalls and shafts, roof and scrap frame and hull plate project outwards from all 8 of the surrounding walls. The effect is overwhelming with activity and interest in all directions. Between the windows that open to faint stars, scrap dealers, street food vendors, data fences, and tailors compete for the attention of the stream of customers. Sleeper, take a look. You refocus your attention. 5 of them gathered around a retreating figure. The spaces are noticeably distinct from the rest of the crowd. Their tight, complex suits, kept in pristine condition, all in the same design or rarity of Mensa stalwarts belts. You see one of them is gesticulating aggressive, chopping in the air with his hand. Not the singers, the one they are threatening. That's my contact. You turn back to the group, the singers, as Eugen called them, and see them surrounding on the finger now. Their body language is clear. This is about to come to blows. Eugen clearly sees a shift too. Before he can say a word, he's off, gliding hard through the crowd towards him. You give chase without thinking, kicking off the nearest strut, angling yourself towards the central void. Calm the situation. Positive. You hold out your arms and try to stop them, and try to talk them down. The singers gather around you, but they don't start throwing punches yet. One of them comes forward, meeting you. You hear one of the locals, they call him Peter. This idiot with you? Yes. Can you ask him to calm down? You see Peter's hand is resting on a dark shape on his hip. He's got a gun right there. So, do you have a reason for interrupting my business? He gestures around, and while some people have moved on, a few hanging back to see what comes. You're about to jump my friend. The comment sends a small rumble of conversation in the remaining crowd. I think you understand we are simply asking for information. He shoots a sharp smile. I think Luis had told you everything he's happy to share. Peter looks behind you. One of the singers starts to interrupt, but Peter raises his hand, silences him. See you around then. They're obviously going to follow us. Luis, how about not here? Luis, come with me. Luis leads you away from the open market, most of the crowd having dispersed, into a small passageway. He finds a hatch, opens it and beckons you both through before slipping inside, closing it behind you. So what business did you have with the singers? Singers? Is that what you call them? This is the first I've known of them, is that when they turned up a few cycles back and started pressing me for info. I've run into some singers before. Not these ones, but they all dress the same. They're refugees out of Embersong, one of the moons that has a gas giant in the inner system. Their moon is a volcanic hellhole, so while these guys are refugees fleeing the war like most, they tend to be tough as hell and aren't being used to being told no. That part checks out, Luis. They've been pressing me for data for cycles ever since they showed up. My data. Eugen clicks the tool back. You've been shopping it around then, trying to drive a bidding war? No, nothing like that. He is afraid of Eugen and you worry what might be. I just wanted to verify the data. I asked around. Someone I showed it to, well, they mentioned a fraction drive. You see Eugen bristle with anger. Luis keeps talking, speeding up. That was all, but a couple of cycles later, these singers, as you can tell, started showing up, and I had to hide myself away. Hard to run a data business when you can't even go out to meet your clients. Where's the data now? Luis turns to you, seeming glad not to have to look at angry Eugen. I have it, don't worry. And it comes with a hell of a story. The friend I showed it to, he told me he's heard about the ship before, mostly what he thought were rumors about a fraction drive ship. Apparently when Solheim collapsed, there was a struggle over who got to take it. Two execs from the old coal park, he wanted it, and some of their underlings found out about it too. Those wrecks you visited, that was the site of a battle over the thing. That ship was a hot ticket even then. You think back to the twisted, blasted remains of the ships, the wreckage strewn across the asteroid. You wonder how many died trying to get the Philian path and its golden drive. Seems like both execs got space, but someone came back later, slipped the ship out of the wreck that it was carrying. Rather than use it, they dismantled it. He took the ship apart here at the Hollow. Hell, he's probably struck work from the Philian path to this very station. Not quite. They weren't stupid enough to dismantle an interstellar drive. The story goes that it buried it on a rock out in the shoals, totally unmarked. With thousands of rocks out there, they could leave it as long as they wanted and come back when they were ready. The thing is, they never came back. Bingo. And I've got the coordinates of the beacon that will lead you there. Should have led with that. That's just the start of the trail, no doubt, but it'll get you there if you manage to follow it. Hey, aren't you going to pay me for that? Not after you leak the fraction drive. Exists to your friends, the singers, and anyone who you're looking for. Keep it quiet next time. Come on, friends. 50 cry for... I'll pay him. I appreciate it. Hey, be careful with that one, alright? He's not to be trusted. You turn to Eugen, he's already gone. Looks like I can't trust him. I agree with that. He's definitely sketchy. We got debris dealers. We got... Can't buy it. Oh yeah, I'm already 5 out of 5. I gotta buy a meal. That's it. So yeah, we're good. I don't think I waste money on supplies. I do want to get that maxed out, because I'll probably trigger another quest. Sell process scrap. I don't think I want to. I don't know if I actually need it. That's the thing though. Rig store supply. Feed the stray, okay. That's the stray. Rig bunks. Good. Yeah, there's pretty much not much for me to do here. Dice repair. I upgraded the ship to get fuel. I will sleep. I think this guy's gonna betray me, but we'll see. My gut feeling is even that guy said he's like, don't trust him, so he's gonna turn on me. Okay, new location, 2 new locations, signal ship. Oh, I can sell data, nice. Let me, what do I get for that? Probably like $5. $8. Not worth, just make it even, that's fine. I should go on my next adventure, but I gotta help with repairs. Yeah, I could do this. I'm at 3. Okay. I'll do one more since I'm a 2+. That's engineer one. I'll have to travel because my beacon's out of control. I'm already at 3, so I have to travel this round no matter what, just to get it back down. Classic. I'm not gonna get it. Unless I had a positive 25% to get double. Hey, let's go. What do you mean, friend? Our station depends on that array. Though you are tired from a shift spent sealing leaks in the shattered section, you can still camp a help listen. I've been patient, Kimball, but now with the repairs almost done, you're telling me we can't broadcast anyways? The voice calms. You see a woman facing away, addressing the back of a man half buried. I'm sorry, Kimball, but this feels malicious. The man, presumably Kimball, mumbles something in response, though you do not catch it. The woman quickly turns and spots you peering in the doorway. She gives you a curious look. Oh, hello, I'm Serene. I've seen you working on the repairs. We appreciate your efforts. Happy to help. Serene looks over her shoulder. How do you feel? She pauses, calculating about the war in the inner system. It's worrying for the belt, I agree, which is why the belt needs to stay informed about it. Did you know that Senstat has already started shipbuilding at Sinza? Senstat? You're kidding me. The corporation that started up the Con channel at the heart of the system triggered the war with Conway. She glances back. You hearing this? You hear a grunt from Kimball, and his head is buried in the machine's innards. And it's unclear if it's a reference to what was said, or is it just the sound of repairs going poorly. We are the Helion Dispatches, the only pirate radio station in the Starward Belt. We keep the system up to date on the shifts in the system's power structure and the ongoing corporate role, all through our voices on the Helion system's own residents. Kimball grunts again, or at least we did before our transmitter got out. What happened? All the repair work you've been doing, giving you time to, that was all caused by a Conway autonomous munition trained on our scent. I do know that for sure. Why else would it come so deep into the belt to hit our hollow at the broadside? Cyrene turns back. Give a response. Either way, straight after the attack, we found our gear had been tampered with sabotage. Yes, Kimball, or just looted. Either way, we are quiet, and when we are quiet, the war continues unobserved. Cyrene folds her arms. What do you need? Look, we need a new broadcast array. A better broadcast array. We don't have quite the reach we'd have. Where can you get one? That's another problem. We're talking about a pre-collapse tech here. It's not something we can just build ourselves. Kimball mutters something from the depths. Yeah, Holmes Rock isn't a bad idea. It used to be a relay station for Solon, so it stands to reason they'd have arrays. And then there's a terminal station there. Kimball's been bugging me to dig out some engine components for him to crack open using his repairs. God knows what kind of repairs. Serene looks over her shoulder at Kimball, but receives no response. You both stare at the broad shoulders for a moment as a thin trail of smoke begins to emerge from the machine. Now maybe we can do a little fundraising here on the hollow. What can we get? But I'm happy to tell you it won't be a lot. I'll see what I can do. We'd appreciate it. Okay. New quest. That's fine. So I can repair the transmitter. I only have 2 scrap components. Actually, that might be enough. Oh, 2 engine components. Okay, so I need to go. That's fine. Signal ship. Okay, so we'll do this guy's quest since we're here, and then I'm gonna have to go all the way on the opposite side. That's fine. He's locked. Take Junie. We're coming up on the beacon site. Oh, I got 3 perfect rolls, nice. Coming up on the beacon site now. Sigdal's pretty weak though. He turns his chair, which is what we're chasing. 10,000 cycle leads that got people killed. Since you explained the situation to Seraphine, he hasn't got any more enthusiastic, especially as a job coming from Eugen. Time for you to go have a poke around those rocks. Enjoy. Eugen barely seems to notice sarcasm, a kind of fixed determination. It's not something you've seen before. Let's suit up and find the beacon. He pats you on the shoulder. Louis said it's the first of the trails, so the faster we locate this one and get ourselves pointed to the next, the better. If it's a single we're tracing, then we should be trying to triangulate it. No point in just wandering around the rocks. Nice to be on the trail of a piece of history, though if on that feeling path was real, it'd be quite a find. It's just you. He taps on his console. You think this is a bad idea? Me? Mockingly puts his finger on his own chest. Look, people have been searching for this thing since this hauling collapse. That's a lot of desire directed at one hidden drive. Objects like that tend to get people in trouble. At least in my experience, so take it slow. And just keep your eyes on Eugen. You turn and leave the cockpit. Okay. He's gonna betray us 100%. I think he's gonna totally betray us. What are the odds I hit this? No, 50. She could get it. Bro. I got too stressed. I shouldn't have went for it. I was greedy. Okay, we got it this turn. I'll take Junie, because since she's about to be done. I mean, it's risky. I might lose her, but it's fine. I should have got one more. She's done. I'm hitting stress like crazy. Okay. I mean, he can't do anything. He doesn't have any of the rules. She's on crazy stress. My die are getting beat up here. This one's gonna get... Okay, this one's also damaged. So I have it, I can get it. I'll just take it. We're in. He peers through the suit's faceplate. You have part of the plating removed, and you are pretty sure you have access to the coordinates you need. All that's left is slot drive. I've got this. Easy can be. Easy as can be. You peer into the beacon, and it is a delicate job getting the security access and the system knowledge to find the coordinates for the next step, but it all seems to have passed without incident. Got it. Let's head to the next one. Look alive down there. We got a ship on approach. We need to make ourselves the singers. You kick off and glide toward the ship, but Eugen goes in the other direction. You wonder what he's doing for a second, then you see it. He arrives at a beacon and immediately begins laying into the metal shell. He then pulls a tube from the suitor belt, caves the beacon with anger that chills you. When he's done, the beaker is just another chunk of debris. He joins you in the cockpit. Seraphine gives you a look and he doesn't say a word. He just silently taps the new coordinates. You look across Eugen, then fires up the drive. A shrub leap wakes up from the staggering. What was that? The terminal screen flickers, some of them not coming back on. You hear a groan from somewhere deep in the ship, some kind of pulse, an energy weapon. You see a red dot moving further from the center of the circle, a ship accelerating away. Seraphim taps his console. He turns to Eugen with a hard stare. It's Vesna. Got it in one. The light helm, the register on the far spindle. How did she find us? How? Because Eugen is a sloppy operator. Now we're stranded. She knocked out our drive. Must have been waiting for us. We need to get it activated as quickly as we can. The beacon has to be there. Vesna cracked it, then waited for us to catch up. She's trying to dissuade us. Well, she's doing a pretty good job. Give up now? We're so close. Eugen's right. Sniff said nothing. The singers are out there too. If we're lucky, they will cancel each other out. We decrypt the beacon, fix the drive, no distractions. I knew this was going to get complicated, but we have to keep the fine at the end of the trail in mind. To fall into the incurious hands, we need to be the ones to claim it. Look, we're in this now, no way going back. We can handle it, but at the moment, this goes south and it will I'll put out and we're leaving. Okay, we can handle it. Hope you're right. What is this? I gotta do both, eh? Okay. Since this is engineering, I got my max. Halfway. Too stressed, I'm in trouble. My dice are gonna start cracking. I'm gonna lose a dice right now on this turn. Okay. I better hope that she gets yeah, all of my dice took hits. Okay, she should be able to get this. Guaranteed. Final vector. Come on, hit this. No, man. I can't risk getting more stress. I'm gonna lose my dice right now. Shit. This could be the fail. The run's failed here. I really need to repair, like, pretty badly. Use him. Seraphim punches the final set of coordinates and runs a fresh set of diagnostics. Everything comes up green. The atmosphere in the cockpit is tense. Eugen's jaw is set, his eyes on the stars, goal unreached. It's not a goal to be underestimated. Fraction drive, one that can take any ship out of the system and beyond. One that can forge a path. Freedom both from this system's politics and the structures of powers that dominate the passage. The problem with such a lofty ambition is that it's infective, seductive. It's desirable enough to draw people, to bring them out through the absolute limit. The singers, too, are shaped by that desire. The question is, who will flinch first? Yeah. He's gonna betray us because he's gonna get power hungry. That's like the most powerful ship you can get. Here you are, moored around a remote. Oh, there it is. An airless rock scattering debris. We're the last here, but at least no one started shooting. Vesna would only kill as the last resort. The singers, I'm not sure about. Reassuring. So what do? We start out and start digging? What do you think, Eugen? Turn to your face. You get after him. I'm going to get the rig warm. I get the feeling we're gonna need it. Okay. You speed up, grabbing a suit and resting it on your head as the airlock. The door hisses open to reveal a sparse landscape, the twisted parts of a facility or ship corroded beyond recognition. Squinting into the faint and distant sun, you can make out two figures in a suit standing at a far distance apart. You glide down towards them, specks of loose gravel and decaying metal bouncing off your suit. Now, none of us want to die out here. You can see them now, two figures, Vesna and the leader of the singers, Peter, facing each other across the dusty plain, Vesna's arm jutting on her body, her hand resting on an object at her hip, a weapon. Keep your distance, sleeper. This is godforsaken rock, is crowded enough as it is. We set foot here first, this claim is ours by anyone's judgment. And I suspect we are also the best equipped to find the fraction drive and put it to use. Anyone's judgment? Who do you see out here to validate your claim? She gestured at the rock strewn. The sleeper is our witness, Peter. I'm sure they will verify our claim. I didn't see who was first, but at least someone here still has integrity. You look between the two, searching their faces for intent. Yeah, why would I vouch for anyone? Vesna's ocular implants give nothing away, but the visible tension in her gun arm suggests failing patience. Peter, meanwhile, projects an atmosphere of considerable calm, but there's violence behind that smile. The drive is mine, back off. Vesna, using that weapon, we'll see your fate. Peter, tell your crew to stand down. The drive is mine, back off. Then you will have to come take it. The shot is silent, its direction unclear. The side of Vesna's suit explodes in a geyser of escaping oxygen. She spins, clutching at the wound to clamp her closed. As she does, you see the shot graze her, splitting the suit but leaving her body beneath intact. Might just want to run and get that fixed, Vesna. What are you doing? He holds a gun from his... What are you doing? Claiming what's mine. You son of a bitch. Vesna's doubled over, unable to take her hands away from the hole in her suit without risking immediate depressurization. Time to turn yourself around, get in that ship of yours, and go back to wherever the hell you crawled from. You glance at Vesna. There's a sprout of oxygen spewing out from her suit, leaking out between her fingers. She doesn't have long. We can't abandon this claim. For the singers to survive, we must leave this system behind. There's no way for us to support ourselves here. Our moon is gone, eaten up by the war. The belt will be next. You may as well shoot me here if you're not going to take me to that drive. This is my people's future. Well, if you insist. Sleeper, we have a lot incoming. A whole crowd of Conway ships are approaching this location. Conway, what are they doing here? I'm not about to radio and ask them, but it's not hard to imagine that this fraction drive has reached further than anyone wanted. You look across Peter and seeing his lips moving, but hear nothing. He's talking to a crew. A moment later, you hear a click as he switches back to the open channel. If you heard what I heard, then you know we're out of time. Peter looks deadly serious. His face a diplomatic con, falling away. We singers are the only crew who can pull the fraction drive out before Conway arrives. There are more of us and we have the experience. Let us take it. Don't let it fall into the hands of the system's biggest enemy. Sleeper, get back to the rig. No. You aren't sure if you responded to Seraph and Peter or both. The drive is ours. I've worked too hard and come too far. He raises a long gun over his shoulder. You're all insane. I'll leave you to your graves. She kicks off from the rock. Eugen doesn't watch her go. You see something flaring in his eyes. A dark drive for no other reason. A dark drive. Back down, Peter. Idiots. The shot hits Eugen in the shoulder, spinning back the cross step. You feel the spatter of debris across, only an inch or two as you turn away. Peter, you see glints on the lights of otherwise dark shapes near the horizon. The matte black suits of armed singers. They're everywhere. Grab him. You grab desperately, hooking around the suit, outgassing both of you, but you manage to reel him in and clamp out hands. You aim both of you towards the airlock as another volley of shots spatters or chunks of rock and metal. You are exposed, crossing the empty space between rock and ship. We are far from the singers now. No more shots. Both of you, Eugen. Okay, what an idiot. He's gonna get us killed. In the moments it is cycled and you pulled off your suit to check the wounds. A few orbs of blood break gently from the ship's interior walls, but Eugen pushes you away. His face is fixed in grimace of pain and frustration. You both glide up to the cockpit to find Serabin rapidly starting his drive. His console screen filled with red pulses, the signature of Conway's ships bearing down. He glances up as you enter. You are thankful for that. At least there's no glibber marks. You take one last look at Aphilion's path, final resting place, now cloaked in the clouds of fresh dust. You think of singers down there, no doubt wrenching the fraction drive from its hiding place and onto their ship. Conway is their problem now. And then the drive kicks in, and you leave the singers to their fate. Okay, so we didn't get the ship. So that's that's like, I guess, like a negative outcome. The ship is as quiet as you dock. Even Seraphim is silent, tapping away at the engine shutdown. Eugene has bandaged on his shoulder now. He looks strained and pale, but otherwise you wouldn't be able to tell he had been hurt. You know it'll take him some time to come back from this to extract himself from the hold. I wonder if I should have sided with him, but I don't know. I wonder if he ever will, or if the freedom that object represented to him will haunt him for the reins of his life. You know at least that now there's not the time to discuss. Eugene will retreat, of course, hiding beneath the cliff, but perhaps the cycle passes. My dice are all fucked up. Found the fraction drive without losing Eugene. Okay, I got an achievement, so I guess that was a good outcome. He's alive. Sell some data. I need money. I'm gonna sell scrap when I get to Holmes Rock as well. I feed my cat. I gotta take care of my cat. So I need more rare components because that's 4 dice that I'm going to lose once I get stressed. I gotta do this quest for them. Install the array, repair transmitter. Yeah, I need to buy engine components, I think. We'll stay here for like 2 cycles, and then ideally they can get 2 supplies so I don't have to spend money on it. Yeah, nice, 2. Okay. $39. I think I rest 1 more cycle and then I go. If I can get 4 out of 5, this feels not that bad. 3 out of 5, that's fine. Okay, we'll just buy it and then we'll get out of here. Get some energy. We're at 2 on... So where are we right now? Oh, I'm over... What? Interesting. Okay, so this place is gone. I can't come back. I don't want to go to Scatter. Fuck, this is gonna fuck me. I can go to Float Sim. I think I will. I'm just thinking how I get around, because if that place is gone, then Eugene finds you in a quiet corner of the rig. I want to say something. He's been uncharacteristically quiet since your journey to the Affilian's Path resting place. And even now, there's a seriousness to him you don't recognize. I need to thank you. His eyes look dark, and it is clear he hasn't been sleeping. I appreciate what you did for me on the rock. You pulled me back from something I wouldn't have been able to come back from. That drive, that ship, I want to say they possessed me, drove me to it, but that would be an excuse. The lie blames with me. He did nothing wrong, nothing you know about. If you spoke to Louise last night, I know what I did. That is for me to reckon with. The way you treat me, makes me believe something, but I'm not sure what it is. I'm not much of a believer. This crew, this ship, I put it at risk. I will not make that mistake again. This is what I wanted to say. As Julian explains, you see a little weight rise off his shoulders. He stands a little taller, some of his swagger returning. You know the extent of the past. His actions have only been hinted at, but something in this belief in the future he's just professed endears you. He takes a deep breath. I don't like to owe people. He pats you on the back, but few I will make an exception. With that, he nods and turns away. Okay. As you watch him go, you think of Vesna, the Singers, or Conway, of everything that's swirled around that faction drive. There's something dark and dangerous in an object like that, one that subsumes lives into itself. Eugene, with your help, wresting themselves free of that pull, and you're glad of it, but both of you paid a cost, one that neither of you is likely to forget. So that mission failed. I didn't get anything out of it. Ripperinos. I forgot that I can get scrap here. Okay, I'm gonna sell a bunch of scrap when I get to... Might as well go right away. Location, oh yeah, transmitter. It sucks that the scrap's only like 12, 13 bucks that they give you. 13 bucks, yeah. Bit of money. Okay. We'll survive for now. We're gonna rest and then we'll go there just to reset the die. I need fuel. Nice, we got 5 fuel. Perfect. And I got 3 perfect dice. Perfect. Should be able to get halfway guaranteed, and then if I hit the other ones. I should get fuel max so I don't spend money on fuel. Terrible dice. That's actually really bad dice. So I got this. Where do I get engine components from? I know you can buy it. I think engine components is... I think Fulton has engine components. 50 bucks a pop, I need to buy 2. Get engine components in the scatter yards. Okay. I'm pretty sure I could buy it, to be honest. I guess it wants me to do it through a quest, but we'll do it. 'Cause I'm pretty sure this place sells it, right? Yeah, buy engine. Okay, I'll save the $100. I'll take the raw scrap just to have it. I didn't want to come here right away, but I have like 3 quests here. It's gonna trigger like a lot of story stuff. The winking sigils of the yards flash across the dark starscape of the belt, each one a siren light for crews in need of repair or eager improvements. The scatter yard lives up to the reputation, but Seraphim will not be drawn by the lights. He guides the ship into an empty, ragged-looking yard, darker and more framed than plate. It looks rougher than any of the others. There, Seraphim, maybe we don't want to dock somewhere, something a little, I'm sorry. Seraphim, maybe you want to dock somewhere a little bit more welcoming. We aren't that hard up, or are we worse than we thought, Sleeper? Best shipwrights rarely have the brightest signs, though you'd know that, Seraphim. Oh, you know that, Bliss, Seraphim. Marco's the best in the scatter yards. The best, or just the best you know? You'll see. We're safe here. No need to run from Lane for a while. He'll never find us in Marco's yard. It would be nice to have a break from running. I heard the scatter yards have some good data analysis terminals on the hood, if you can spare me. We hear Femi loves this place. She glances at you, all these grumpy spacers waiting on repairs. I think it fits his temperament. You follow Seraphim as he glides eagerly to the airlock. You and Bliss exchange glances. Both of you are used to Seraphim's headstrong movements, yet you still can't help but feel that some familiar pull of someone else's problem. Marco. Finn. Street smart shipfitter. Okay. Floats through the doorway, a crooked smile across the face. The two of them embrace in a chest bump, more of a chest bump than a hug. Seraphim spinning with momentum of the impact to end with his arm across Marco's shoulder. The two side by side grinning. You notice Marco's eyes quickly falling on you. A slight narrowing, suggesting he has immediate thoughts about your presence. So, this is what you're flying with now, Finn. Oof. Bliss. Introduce yourselves. You two used to be a crew together, I assume? Me and Finn? No, we're just drinking buddies. Marco's response provokes a laugh from Seraphim, some kind of joke he can't quite catch the tone of. And a Sleeper, my condolences. It's a damn crime what those corporations do to you. Pretty much out there. I appreciate the solidarity, of course. It's been too long, Finn. Not flying with the old belly anymore. You immediately see the reaction of Seraphim. No, that's long gone. That's the way of the belt. Come on, then. Let's get floating around. Let's get a drink. Feel free to make yourself at home in the yard. I'll take a little fuel. I've got a load of that stuff, and it's just been quite quiet for a few more cycles. Happy to spare some for a friend. He steers Seraphim down the docking tunnel. I'll have him home in a cycle or two. He laughs. I'm gonna dig around the other yards to find some components. You got things to do. You think a cadet and wonder if she found her way to scatter yards. The only way would be to find her. Seraphim words echo in your mind. His insistence that the only way to escape lanes to beat him on his home turf with Darksight, just sunward of this scatter yards. This might be the perfect platform for which to attempt such a wild and dangerous plan. Sleeper, I hate it when you do that. Just take care of out there, okay? Transit hub, shop talk. I mean, I could get the guaranteed, I guess. What's this is Marco's yard. Drinking. Okay, so they're just talking. I gotta do this to get supplies and stuff. positive. Hey. Hey, you hear the voice echoing through the wall? Wait up. I'm glad to see you, Cadet sweeps by over here. This is not my kind of station, Cadet rolls into her complaints. All these yards have their own water facilities, meaning the hub here is not fit for general use. There's a couple of guest houses, but you would not believe the state of them with all the spacers. Sorry I couldn't come sooner. On the run, I get it. You and me both. So get this. That girl of mine, I said, could crack anything. She's gone. Didn't even leave a note. Ran to the dark side, maybe. Not that I blame her, given the state of that. She looks... It's probably going to be Junie. She left her workshop empty though, so I slept in. That's where I've been napping. I've been doing my best all these cycles to crack that drive. I've been spindle jack, now scraper data. Which is why I'm happy to see you, telling you I've not spoken to anyone in a long time. How about that alert put on you? It doesn't seem to stretch too far out to the spindle, but I've been careful. Hence not talking to anyone in ages. Look, I'm in over my head. How about you come down to the workshop, we put our heads together and see what we can pull. I just know there's some nasty shit on that drive. I'll be there. Okay. Get engine components. Okay. Engineering. Okay, so it's better I do this, like, actually proper. Okay, there's a lot of stuff I can do here. Buy a meal, that's obviously supplies. Okay. We'll sleep, get some fuel. Ideally I get a decent roll. Exactly the role I needed. Let's go. Just to be safe, I don't want to... Yeah, I'll take it. Oh, I gotta do it twice. Oh, shit. So, I mean, in a way, this one's good because you could farm this technically and then sell it for 50 bucks a pop. Actually, 35 bucks a pop when you go to Home Rock. Cadet's Workshop. I don't want to go to her yet. Oh wait, I actually have to... Data. This will trigger Marco. Yeah, just max my fuel. Oh, 4. Let's go. Sleeper, you here? Surfing arms. Come on, we need to talk. There's some straight-faced. Surfing you weren't expecting, especially considering the past 2 cycles. You in trouble already? I'm not messing around, just come. Seraphin leads you across the bridge, but rather he turns Marco's yard to the rest of the yard. As he does, begins to... I told Marco about Lane, about our escape. He gets it. He worked in Darkside. He comes over to seal the door. Remember in Wellspring, after everything what I said? That we can't run forever? I mean, that will always be true, but no, he admits that if we want to be free, we need to fight back. The door suddenly squeals an ancient motor and drags in a corroded tracks. It reveals a large half-lit chamber, its furthest parts masked with layers of scaffolding and frames, so it's hard to see where the room actually ends. At the center is in a pool of warm light. Marco floats beside the terminal screen. Sleeper. Stay silent. You hold your tongue. You hear the door entered. Sorry to drag you out here, Sleeper, but I really can't be overheard on this one. We're close to Darkside here, and Utsubo has ambitions, shall we say, in the scatter yards. been told me the whole story, and I'm sorry for your troubles. You have done well to evade Lane so far, but you must understand he's also been distracted since Hex support went up. Darkseid has been in crisis. If the war was the pressure shift that allowed Utsubo to build its strength, Hexport was breached to blow it wide open. Marco springs his hands. Hexport, their justification for imposing total control in the name of protection. And if my hunch is right, they will extend their reach to scatter yards. Where's this going? Straight to the business like this one. I'm done running. I hate looking over my shoulder. I hate nightmares, the fear. I want to face this head on, for better or for worse. He looks away, scowling. I won't be controlled by Lane, and this is our chance to break that control. Lane is hunting you, Sleeper, which means he's not in Darkseid. This is good for you. There are people on Darkseid resisting Utsubo, though I hear it's not going well for them. If you could find them, find out what they need, there's a chance. Marco pauses. Taking action is the right choice. What do we need to do? Thank you, Sleeper. I know we can do this. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I will need some time to work this out. If you want to go to Darkseid, there's no way you can take that stolen rig. It was big enough risk just to bring it here. So I need to find you a way in and a way out. I know it can be done. I recommend you take a few cycles to prepare. The scatter yards are a good place to both spend and make cryo, depending on your need. And Finn, try to stay cool. This will be a recon only. A chance to see what's happening. So okay, finish up all your quests. It's kind of like the point of no return. Thank you, Marco. Keep things quiet. Okay. Okay. We should give Marco some time. I got a few things to take care of, and I want to get a message. She trails off. Let me make sure you're ready. Keep your head, Sleeper. Okay. New location. So he needs. It's literally 2 cycles. Try to help her. It's not going to be enough, but it's close. I need another turn just to get her. Oh, it might just be enough. Cadet catches your eye as you look over her. What is it? Got something? Cadet had given up already for the cycle, and while you were cracking the drive's complex inscription on a friend's workstation, excuse me, she had been floating in the middle of the small workshop, pinging bits of scrap off the shelves on the wall. Now she spins in the air and pushes off from the ceiling, spinning as she glides, so she lands perfectly behind you, leaning over the terminal screen. As she does, you hit a key, executing the final decryption process. Slick. She goes to ruffle your hair, but you don't have any. Instead, she just wobbles your head playfully. What we got? With Cadet hanging over your shoulder, you try to concentrate on the data. The first thing catches your eye is the steady reputation of, I don't know what that is, an identifier for Conway Extractions, the PMF Conway. Why Conway? What is this data? You stop scrolling. Hit that thing. Cadet pokes the screen, making it wobble. You dutifully click a comment. Expands in the code, and it mentions tests and protocols, discusses reverse engineering and carrier singles. Drone latency, another security bypass, one more kill switch. It takes a long time, you and Cadet squinting in the blue screen, to build up a picture of what you're looking at. When you're done, both of you sit back, your eyes soar, and your minds clogged with technical terminology. They were dissecting it live. She's referring to the Conway drone mine. The stream of data was scrapped from huge volumes of internal data of control systems. The data you kind of imagine was closely guarded by Conway, kept secret to allow smooth operation. This thing, it's some kind of general or manager, right? Giving orders out to all the little drones that it could work for. I always thought Conway controlled its drones remotely with people, those zero latency port interfaces you hear about. From what you know, Cadet is right. Conway is known for their novel solution to the scale and logistical province of the surrogate systems. Extraction and security drone ships piloted from light years away with proprietary comm interfaces. A drone mine, what this code is scrapped from, should be a kind of distributor, a relay for the local drones that links to the closely guarded transmitter receiver, but this data suggests otherwise. It suggests an active, cognitive complex, far more complex. A thinking machine. Look, is that? She squints. You see a line stream that reads, "Stop! Get out! Get out! Get out!" How do they do this? Everyone knows captured Conway drones purge themselves, and everything else is in a couple of square clicks around them captured. You rip control out of one. Sure, you can disassemble it, but its running will be gone. But this one was still running when they took it apart. It should have gone up like a tactical nuke the moment they started. Is this what happened? But How did they get all this out and get it on a drive? Silence fills the workshop. You look back at the screen unsure of the answers to cadets' questions. You feel a deep chill, one that you know has nothing to do with the temperature of the workshop. Into it. You go back over the data. It's scrubbed clean, not a mention of who's scraping the data. You go over it again. Nothing, not a single clue. The thought starts a process in your mind. Who scrubs data this clean? Who starts? Who wants Conway drone protocols? Sense that, or is it too simple? It's a possibility, so you say it out loud. Yeah, that's me, my first cadet. But it's still a guess. We've been at this too long. I'm cooked. She pushes away. We know they had done this drone mine on Hexaport. That's where they were cutting it, scraping it. We know something happened, and Hexaport went up. She sketches. Okay. That data got out of the drive, I'm assuming, before the explosion, then got to the far spindle. Someone tried to courier it using me, but the receiver wasn't there, which is when they ruined my life and my job. We need more information. Yeah, we do. She floats back. The thing has triple written all over it, but the way I say it is we have to expose these fools so they leave me be or give them the data. What's the plan? All roads lead to one direction, I'm afraid. Back home, Hexport. If there's anything to confirm or deny, if there's anything to connect, it'll be something left there. Okay. The word is that the place is irradiated to hell, but I have heard the radiation is fading, and it's not like half the belt isn't glowing anymore. With suits, we'd have maybe a few cycles. Problem is getting in. Far spindle is a no. Not only do I not want to get picked up there, but the debris is denser on that side. No safe way. Dark side is the best bet. She shakes her head. But I heard you have some trouble waiting for you there. What if I can deal with trouble? Then we'd have a clear shot at it. She shrugs. This place has one hell of a stowaway spot, shielded from everything else, plus scatter yards are no one's territory. I'm gonna leave the drive here, no one peeking but me. You wanna come with me? So I was thinking I can make myself useful till you shake that trouble on dark side, work for room and board. Yep. Okay, you're in. That's the answer. Make myself at home. So we're good on resources. Recruit a cadet. Nice. Honestly, I wish I could break my die and just repair them. There's nothing to do here other than fabricate. Yeah, you can't. Risking it. Right. Okay. Nothing I can do. Find Seraph and Marco waiting for you. They're chatting quietly. The shadows cast across scaffolding. Good thing I did the other quest instead of coming here. Sleeper Marco's got something good. He nods. Tell them. Marco gives you a nod. I don't know if it's as good as Finn thinks, but it's an opening. I heard back from a friend of mine who runs the yard on the edge of the cluster. Smart guy. He makes a tiny profit off selling fuel to freight crews on their way. He undercuts the dark side dock fuel prices, which include a cut for Utsubo, so they stop off at his place to fill up. Clearly this is kind of business. He owes me a favor. I'm going to call it in. He can get a few of us onto a freight crew. Swap us out from the usuals who stay at his place and let them have a few drinks on him. The crew, meaning us, will deliver the freight, complete with the stopover for cargo loading, which is when you need to do what you do. We'll have as long as you need, but the more time we spend there, the more likely they'll discover us. We'll keep our heads down, sleep, and eat on the freighter. Then once we're done, the freighter's loaded, we can take it out again. Return. No one will ever know that would happen. Okay. It'll work, right? I agree, sounds solid. Or like, what are we questioning? There's like no choice, right? It's gonna be tight, but I reckon you might get what you need in time. Make sure some connections. Get an idea. Look for weakness. I'll have to be quiet. Marco gives you no noise, no attention. This can quickly be a one-way ticket. There's one more thing. Someone needs to stay with the rig. Someone who can pilot it. If there's any attention, he meets your eye. It has to be like this. I'm sorry. I'll be going with you. I know dark side. I'll guide you all the way in and out. There'll be room for one more on the crew. I'll leave it to you, but you better someone you really trust. Okay. I'm gonna bring Uni. She's like the computer expert, so you look between the two of you just as Marco on a safer option, but then if Marco doesn't keep up his end of the bargain, you all want the backup you can get. The problem is they have to go right away. You see the rising tension? Okay. I'm sorry I can't come, but we need to... Don't worry, I've got this. I'll be ready whenever. Just give me the word and we'll head out for my friend. We'll keep this as tight. This is it. Time to go to dark side. Time-sensitive contract? Yeah, okay. So I got no choice. Her stress is low. I mean, is this where I bring in Eugen? Since I saved him, I guess so. Just to... If I need muscle, he'll be my muscle. I hope this isn't the point of no return because I want to go back and turn in that quest. The freighter hangs over. I might have messed up that quest by going to scatter yards instead of the way around. The freighter hangs over the ragged shipyard as the rig idles in the dock. Your eyes trace the fuel lines snaking up to the underside where they disappear into the dark. A chirp from the pilot's console. This is it, sleeper. You better get going. Okay. If this goes wrong, I'm blaming on you. Don't get too bored. I'll do my best. Hope they have something to drink in the yard. Just don't do anything reckless, right? As you float down the corridor towards the airlock, Marco comes to meet you. As usual, gear swapped out for a plain set of overalls that you imagine are borrowed from the freighter crew. Ready to go? Let's go. He gives you a look. How are you feeling? Confident? That's what I like to hear. No reason not to be. The airlock cycles and Marco leads you into the yard through a series of shadowy passages that connect to the two docking bridges. Now's the time, sleeper. Any questions? Any concerns? Will we have to pass any checks? This freighter is a known ship too, so it makes the route on a regular basis. They have no reason to suspect it. At the docks, we'll probably have to give some enforcers a nod and smell, but that's it. You come out of the entrance to the other docking tunnels, filling the viewing window, so you all see the plates of the scratch hull. What's up, Captain? Eugen is waiting you by the dock bridge, squeezed into an ill-fitting set of crew overalls, like the undercover look. Suits you? After you, he gestures. Okay. He better save me in this instance. Like, if he's gonna attack me, bro. You hit the button to open the doors and glide towards the freighter's airlock. As you do, the fear settles in. You're going back to dark side. Dark side sprawls out. This is where we started the game. We escaped from here, and now we're coming back. I got a terrible roll. I only got one perfect. Rip. Dark side sprawls out across the starscape. Its surface a vast and random accumulation of structures, lights, and signs. You have watched it as the freighter cut across the belt, as it grew cycle by cycle like a stain across the cockpit glass. Watching it approach, the fragmented memories of your time there pass through your mind, each one dissolving. The moment you try to focus it, only the sensations remain. Desperate claustrophobia, fear, all somehow strengthened by their disconnected nature. It's as if by not being attached to specific memories, they can run free through your mind. Instruction received. Appreciate it. Incoming to strut 2-3. First step complete. We've got docking approval as expected. Keep it together, alright? I'm fine. Good. You feel a punch in your shoulder? Chin up, sleeper. I'll keep you safe. No matter who comes for you. I mean, he's my muscle. I brought him just for the muscle. Uni was probably better. She's the one that with the computers, but I need him for a fight. There's a hollow rumble through the body of freighter as Marco brings it back to the dock. The noise of this draftier, more industrial ship squawk noise over the comm sends Marco scrambling at the controls to submit the docking code he just sent moments ago. There's an agonizing way the freighter is docked. Alright, let me go up first. Talk to the dockers, then you're good to go. Okay, I'll wait. Alright, hold fast. You hold your nerve, looking at the flickering light and distant traffic. The airlock clunks open and closes again. Time drags on. You turn your attention to the job ahead. Seeing it stretched out in front of you, dark side seems impossibly vast. Too vast to find a specific person, but just to find a type of person, someone unhappy with Utsubo's gains, ready to risk their life to change the place and push to a point of desperation of anger. That might not be the best. That might be a lot more doable. But first you must understand Utsubo, see how this place is run, where they meet, what they talk about, find where Utsubo's weakest, find where they can be broken. Eugen, absently mindless, spins a metal bottle in the air, first one way, then the other, then stop. Let him do it. The airlock cycles once more, and moments later, Marco's in the cockpit. Sweat beading on his brow, he takes a moment, his mood uncharacteristically frustrated. Well, I bent the truth a little back there, but I think we're good. Luckily, I've had a lot of practice lying to dock workers. They'll begin unloading later this cycle. We have time as promised, but... Sudden interjection. Utsubo are watching these docks, that I know for sure. For now, we're just another freighter. That could be our problem. We can try to disable their monitoring or get the job done before it becomes an issue. I'll take a look. Okay, I'm sure you will. Either way, we need to get on with it. What you're doing. Utsubo are everywhere, but we need to understand them to know what's happening inside their organization. We slip under their skin and find out how they work. This is what I recommend. But for now, Sleeper, it's your turn to lead. Tell us where to begin. Oh shit. Crisis location, dock surveillance. Yeah, I think I get rid of dock surveillance. Please be engineering. Please be engineering. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna lose the dice. I just got stress. Fuck. My guys are terrible. Holy shit. They're stracing me down. They're actually hunting me. I'm gonna fail this quest. None of my guys have skills. I should have brought Uni. Uni was perfect for this. Please hit the 25%. Oh my god. Hit this 25%, 25%. Let's go. Nice. Okay. So I need a roll. If I can at least get 3 or 4 perfects, I gotta get rid of this docking security. Connections, yeah. Fuck. It's gonna be rough. Oh my gosh, no. Bro. I have to risk it, right? Just to see if I can get it. I'm fucked. I just lost. GG. I'm going for it either way. I lost. Bro. Fuck, man, my stress is out of control. I can't use them for shit. This is all pure interface. I'm fucked. The run is over. I shouldn't have even saved here. I lost 2 dices. Okay, I got lucky. This is my chance. Okay. I think I just take the guaranteed, to be honest. I don't risk it. As much as I can't risk it. Hopefully that's all I need. You leave Docker's Rest with an Utsubo passkey in hand. Now the trick is to find one inside one of the safe houses. You make it through the docks, head down the dark passageway. Sleeper, Marco's gone. You stop on the dark side passageway. You were drifting down a quiet connection. You glance around. Loose bundle of wires, stained metal pieces. Seems like a place to talk. He mentioned he had something to deal with, and then he left, kicked off and ran like the Utsubo were about to boot in the door. What's going on? Not a clue. I don't want to cast accusations, but it seems like some sneaky shit. You take a moment, no need to panic. Marco brought you here, he'll get you out. You go down the corridor towards a busier passage. If he's needed to deal with something, then well, he needed to deal with something, but sure as hell wish he had given you a warning. Surveilled and now short-handed, this job is going to get bad to worse. Okay, I cut surveillance out. Now my only problem is my stress is maxed and I can't do shit. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. And it's auto-saved. No shot. I have to save scum here. My run might be done. I don't know if I could beat this game. Like, it's actually crazy. I blew the first run. I'm not going to redo it if it's I've never had it to where my stress is just so bad. Yeah. Okay. No. Auto saved. Can't save scum. GG's. I'm about to lose 2-3 dice. No fucking shot. Absolutely 0% chance. Got 2 supplies, like there's no way. I think I failed this. I'm lucky I got a perfect. That's helpful, but I basically need him to hit both. He's almost done, I'm almost done. This is our last roll. Basically, I either get it here or bust. He has to hit it. I'll get 2 right here, but he has to hit it. 50% chance. Please be the end. I'm like max stress everything. The marked door slides open as you open the cipher. Beyond a dark tunnel descends. Entering, you see a flickering light as a far end. You hear a soft echo into the snake's nest. Let's see what they're plotting. You drift down the tunnel, keeping your limbs clear of sides. Your passage through the airlock. Air silent and gentle. You focus on the flickering light. The sound of voices growing ever louder. As you descend through the tunnel, you notice a small, dark doorway leading off before the tunnel reaches the bottom. You slow yourself gently, fingertips grazing the metal walls. Glancing through, you see the doorway leads out of the framework balcony high on the wall of some dark room. You glance below the bottom of the tunnel and hear voices rising here. Let's keep to the shadows. You come up to the balcony overlooking a dark cavernous room lit in patches. With the bright area, it is filled with people, Utsubo enforcement members. All facing forward, their floating bodies, and in that bright glow, two figures are arguing. You come to the edge of the balcony, a feeling of safety. It's going to be Marco. Though the entire room has its attention focused on two people, the watching audience kept in the dark perimeter as if they were observing a piece of theater. You feel Eugen arrive beside you, his attention like yours on the scene below. Oren, these are my territories. You need to withdraw. There's no discussion to be had. What is that named? Dachi, I don't know. The other figure laughs. You're pathetic, Oren. The washgate is a joke like you. He turns. The dark-haired figure addresses the gathered crowd. Oren makes nothing from the washgate. All that freight, and he just lets it slip by while he soaks up rice. He's stealing from all you, Dachi, you piece of shit. You have no respect. A few of the crowd enter the light, barely more than under voice and already dictating terms. If you had any idea what was happening in the passages, you would know you've been facing sabotage and resistance across the washgate. Utsubo's control is under question. Sabotage and resistance, you quietly lock the remark in your mind. Those are the people you have to find. I still know how it is in the passages, but you are getting soft, Oren. You can't deal with some angry shop owners. It's Daichi. It's easy to mock, but they are organized and I'm close to rooting out their meeting places. You wouldn't know where to start looking if you say so, old man. Dachi draws a finger across his throat with a grin. The room erupts and shouts. Both sides call out insults while others from the crowd air their own problems. Silence, a voice. You lean forward. Ankita. A woman holds her muscled arms in the air, wide, strong posture, not surrender. Both of you, she shakes her head. Her long braid snaking through the air. Enough. This is not how we do things. The chaos is replaced by disgruntled murmur. Daichi floats to one side, arms coolly folded, while Oren fumbles, fumes opposite. So this is how the Star Ward Ward. Oh yeah, that's how we said Star Ward Vector. That's how the game conducts its business. Animals fighting over scraps. And Kita. Daichi is the one disrespecting your leadership and trust they have placed in. I said enough. Your weakness does not impress me, and neither does your petulance, Daichi. Watch who you're calling weak, Ankita. You may be Lane's favorite, but I have something that will change that. Bring him. A figure dragged in. The light. It's Marco. Greasy triangle. They lift a hand back out. Marco. Eugen hisses from beside you. Marco's pale face catches the light gleaming with sweat. This one here is a very interesting story to share with us, Oren gestures. I'm sure you're all aware of the bounty Lane has put on the head of a very valuable escaped sleeper, their accomplices. Well, Marco here tells me. He smiles that the same sleeper is right now on a freighter moored in the wash gates. A ripple runs through the gathered crowd, a reflection. You wondered of how much crowds on your mind, and on Serafin's head you look into Marco's eyes, attempting to see an indication of what might be a desperate bid to save himself, or a betrayal of everything you agreed upon. His stare sets. Now Lane himself will be returning in 3 cycles, and you can imagine how pleased he will be when I present the sleeper to him. You had no business keeping this from me. I will be the one to bring the sleeper in. Not so fast. The first of you to bring the sleeper will be given a share of Washgate. He shoots a stare that includes you, Daichi. The crowd erupts into shouts and movement, and assembled members suddenly up and moving towards the doors. There are shouts and scuffles, and you fear that any moment you'll be discovered, but as time passes, the noise subsists. You only open your eyes when the sound disappears altogether. The Utsubo members on their way to the freighter that is supposed to take you off dark side. Oof. We need to go, sleeper. He guides you toward the doorway. You ascend through the tunnel, silent, slow. Your eyes are on the entrance, hoping that no Utsubo member returns or enters, and then you are back out on the main passageway, blinking in the light of the fluorescent panels and guiding away from the entrance, lost in the daze. Somewhere on the rise, you eventually stop, not sure where you're going, but needing to get away, which you just witnessed. You can't go back to the freighter, that much is clear. Which makes no supplies, no place to sleep, there's no Marco. Was this always part of his plan, or is this just him in survival mode? We need to find somewhere. Eugen, until we can find a way off the station, but where? Well, up here isn't that bad. It's far away enough from the port. There's got to be an abandoned unit among all these. Marco really screwed us over. Should have trusted my gut. Maybe he didn't have a choice. What does it matter? He should have kept his mouth shut. Any of us would have. Eugen remembering his true job. The first job you ran together, how he would have framed his own betrayal of Vesna, but you pushed the thought away, knowing for the time. Can you really leave this place without Marco? How could Seraphin react? If he actually had been caught by Utsubo, can you forgive him for giving into the pressure? You struggle to gather the same anger towards him as Eugen. Perhaps you have been where Marco is now. What would you have done to escape? My bigger issue is I only have one dice. The bigger problem is how we get off this miserable station. I don't suppose you have any tips for the last time we did. You think of the last time you were here, the mad rush to the rig, barely conscious from the reboot. I think this is game over. Playthrough's done. Actually a hard game. Let this take one step at a time. I'll find a unit we can squat. Take a moment to find focus. But you wonder if you ever existed at all, given that Marco was the one who reported your existence to Seraphin. Was this whole thing a ploy to collect a bounty? If you search out Marco, perhaps he can answer for you for words, but then you recall Oren's words, sabotage and resistance. If this was an honest plea, then there is some truth in what Marco said. Utsubo is being resisted. If you try to gather yourself, you have to bounce back. Come up fighting. I don't have a fucking pro. And he's done too. I'm done. It's GG's. Okay, it's game over. I'm dead, he's dead. It started as a creeping dullness, something that drew you further of the world, but now the moment is waking, shifting pain jumps across your body faster than you can follow. As you do, a numbness starts to spread across your skin as if you were sinking in the cold water. The pain dances across this numbness, as if it was skimming on its surface, but then, as you submerge, it becomes distance and you realize you're leaving this body or frame. Suddenly, something pulses inside you, some system you have never felt before. As it does, you feel yourself external to your frame. You don't feel your limbs or your organs, you barely get your thoughts. You are a pulsating point, a compressed self, flickering out. You see figures, unrecognizable shadows gathering around you. You feel the tug of a single thread binding you to your frame, keeping you from floating away. And at the end of that thread, something pulses and grows, rebuilds itself into a new, more unstable form. Your frame will recover, but it will be changed the cycle. It will bear the weight of keeping you alive. It will break up some part of itself, so you may persist, and then you awake, not knowing if you survive a miracle or more. You wake in a cold, abandoned unit. To an unsettling quiet, the air cyclers whine, diffusers, but nothing around you breathes. You're alone. You slowly raise yourself, unclip the straps from the bunk, and allow yourself to drift off silence. Then in silence, you hear something, a scrape, a scuff, it draws to your eyes. I knew you couldn't have gone far. Stay still. Just calm yourself. Let's not cause too much damage. May I come in? We don't need any extra attention. What are you doing here? Look and just shut up. I'm risking everything by coming here, so don't make any of this harder than it is. What you need to know is this. I am on your side. I want Darkseid free just like you, and I hate Lane just as much as you do. I just have different methods, that's all. You might say better methods given how well your wizard is. Why should I trust you? I'm the only person who can get you off Darkseid, so you better listen closely. It has taken more cycles than you would believe to get this deep into Utsubo, and I'm not about to give it up for one escape. But then Lane doesn't usually run all across the belt, chasing a lone escapee, even a sleeper. So you need to tell me now, what does Lane want with you? Why is this so important to him? I don't remember. Please tell me you're joking. What don't you understand, Sleeper, is what I've been trying to keep you safe since I saw you arrive, but your friend hasn't made it easy getting himself caught by Utsubo's bad enough, but then blabbing about you being here, so I can only protect you so much. Where's Marco? I don't run the gang. He's orange. I can't risk an intervening war. Either way, you're lucky your pal aren't in the same position, and you have me to thank for that. Explain that you're freeing the exchange of wise. None of this makes sense, but there's no way I'm letting Lane get surprised, not until you understand more. I can get you out, but I need a couple of cycles. I need you to do something for me. You need to take this with you off station. She produces a thumb drive. This is everything I've managed to scrape from within Utsubo. The key to challenging Lane is on here, I know it. Take it to Oliveira. It's tucked away in a crater in the shoals, that massive debris field beyond Hollow. She meets your eye. You give it to Carmen, no one else. Only give it to Carmen. But Carmen, you understand, Lane's rise has been cruel. He has spilled too much blood. When I'm ready, I will make him pay for that. But Carmen needs to analyze what I've got on him to find the right place. I knew a Sleeper once, and I should have trusted them. So now I'm trusting you. I'll get you out and deliver you. That's a deal. And together we can. She spins sideways, slamming you into the wall, into the head. A few globes. Run, Sleeper. I've got her. A shrill whines, draws you and attention Akita. She's holding a boxy pistol at her waist. You haven't got shit. And reaches up and wipes a little blood from her. One hell of a way to join a conversation, especially when I came to save you clowns. Akita's on her side. You sure about that? Last thing I saw was most definitely wasn't. I have to go, Sleeper. You explain this whole thing to your friend if you want, but I won't be here when you do. 2 cycles, be ready. She backs out of the units when Lane comes back. Okay. Bit of advice. Forget Marco. Keep your head down and wait. She raises, you need supplies, steal them if Flickero, otherwise keep to yourself. Akita gives you a hard look and slips out of the unit. You've gained a permanent glitch, is represented in the red. I have glitched eye. This cannot be fixed. I guess no matter what, you're gonna eventually get that. Like, there's just no way. What's this? Fuck. He's dead. I don't give a shit about him. There's no shot. There's like, how do you possibly do that? I should just stay here. I have no supplies, so my stress is gonna go up. Waken the bear unit, cloaked in the shadowless. Outside the window, lights of the city glitter, but you do not see them. Your attention is instead on the tugging thread in your mind. Lane drawing ever closer. You shiver. One more cycle, then you're out. He doesn't have anything. I don't have anything. Yeah, I don't have engaged, so I can't steal. He doesn't have a dice. And he's actually done from this. Made it through without getting caught. Okay, that's an achievement. You rise from your birth, slowly coming into your senses. I knew I should have repaired my die. I could have had them longer, but you have to have stress, and you can only get that on missions, which is annoying. You rise from your birth, slowly coming to your senses. This is the final cycle. He betrayed you. You push him to the back of your mind. He brought himself onto this, and you won't be a witness to the consequences instead of wait. Your eyes fixed on the door, willing Ankita to arrive and end this. After some time, she appears. Lane is back on dark side. We have to go now. We won't have another chance. Come with me quickly. It's about time. Leads you across dark side. The lights and passages flash by. All eyes fixed ahead on the way out. At some distant part of the station. Stops at the docking bridge. A small freighter visible. She slaps the door release and the sides open. Lane's focus will be on dark side. He needs to stop the infighting to shore up. Utsubo, if you get out now, he won't follow. Remember. Get the drive to Oliveira. Give it to Carmen. No one else. No matter what they say. We'll be back. You panic, seeing no exit, but the engines rumble. And then you feel cold fingers are crouching back. You're so close. You are here. I can't quite place you. Can't quite put my finger on you, Sleeper, but I know that you are here. What are you doing here? Hoping to confront me? Or something else? I'm right here, you coward. Come and find me. I'll admit I'm not quite ready for you, Sleeper, but so soon this will all be over. Let me show you. Lane is in the bay of the freighter. Hold the constant acceleration against his chest. Lane looks around the bay, taking it slowly. He inhales. He feels power, pride, the sense of control over another excites him. This is his desire. Lifts his right hand and turns it into the air. Something flickers at the corner of your vision for a moment, and you strain to turn Lane's head. It does not turn. Swear you see a figure there in the bay with you. It opens its mouth as if it's to speak, as if it's to scream, and then it's gone. A smile grows on Lane's face, a spreading tightness that has its own impulse. He raises one hand, using it to grip the smallest finger of the other. A pause and then a sudden jerk. Lane snaps the finger back against the joint. His pain is instant as yours. It burns the vision away. And when the white hotness, hot blindness has faded, you look out on the same metal walls. You hold the same figure in your hand. As you release it, you see a crooked shape has been bitten into. A shiver runs through you, and you reach back into your own mind to see if any trace, any fragment of Lane remains there. You put your hands on your face and push as if to push from your head. The shift continues out to the starward arc, away from Darkseid, away from Lane, but you can't help but feel that some part of him is still there, behind your eyes, concealed beneath the pain of that snapped finger. That section was actually ridiculous, like, considering I came in pretty good, like, got wrecked. Take some time before you're ready to discuss everything. First there was a journey to the yard, then disembarking from the freighter, then explaining to the waiting crew why their ship was impounded, a difficult job with Marco. Thankfully the crew of the ship that brought you out of Darkseid, sent by Ankita, took the others aside and settled them. Through the promise of remuneration, I obviously can't English, or the threat of violence, you aren't sure, but expect they will leave together for Darkseid soon. You do your best to explain your encounter with Ankita to your crew, but the mention of her name sets off a significant reaction of Bliss. It seems the two have history, a relationship that falls apart. Bliss removes themselves from the conversation. Later you find them in the burst, staring at the wall. I think that's the person that he liked. They probably had, like, dated. When he said that he got, like, betrayed, he had, like, a fallout. The whole time you find yourself in a daze, and your skin hurts and your muscles tremble. You don't feel yourself. You rest for a while, and as you do, chaos echoes around you. Arguments and hard conversations until you find yourself able to rise. Now the chaos is past, leaving you and Seraphin on board the rig with nothing to protect you from his difficult questions. Seraphin waits until it is the two of you. He floats there, stretching his scarred arm, the protective sleeve he has been wearing since the far spindle finally removed. What happened with Marco? He betrayed us. What do you mean? He told Utsubo where to find me. No, that can't be. He pauses. It's not that I don't believe you, but Marco hates Utsubo. He's come through for me many times. I never thought. I trust you, Sleeper. If you say he did, then he did. He pauses, choosing the word. All the more reason to find him and get him to explain himself. Marco had his reasons, I'm sure of it. Maybe they weren't good, but I wish he was here to explain himself. That prick. I'm sorry I wasn't there, Sleeper. That's okay. Never again. Okay. You explain about the meeting you witnessed, the conflict between Orin and Daichi, Ankita's involvement, explaining Ankita take a little more effort. You explain insistence that she got working across the docks there, but how she got you off the station. You explain that Utsubo itself is coming apart with Lane absent, and that this will draw his focus away from the two of you. Seraphin waits until they finish to respond to this. Ankita got herself inside Utsubo. He raises an eyebrow just to try to break their grip on the dark side, take some balls. You explain the drive, mention Oliveira, Carmen, and then hold up the thumb drive, the one Ankita entrusted you, Oliveira. I've heard of it, maybe once or twice. I just assumed it was some backwater colony. Never met a Carmen, though. What's on that thing? Ankita didn't say. I don't get it. We just deliver this little mystery drive, and that's all? Is that what you want to do next? Oliveira, you've never heard of it, but it seems that the place you go if you want to keep Ankita fight back. I mean, I have to listen to her if she's going to assault me. One thing I will say, Seraphin begins clearly, thinking out loud. If we want to head back to Darkseid, take on Lane, we're going to need to do so on our ship this time. Some crew get spoofed transponders, send out a signal matching another ship. Not going to get one fitted here, but there's something we need to look out for. Sure, you think go back to Darkseid where Lane waits, a shudder of fear runs through you, thinking of the moment he slipped into your mind on the freighter. If you ever go back there, you know you'll need something to counteract him. But you also recall Overseer's presence in that moment too, his strange form holding its shape as Lane tried to override your control. Perhaps Overseer has a way for you to resist this signal. Your mind whirls with possibilities and problems. Is this really the right move to go back to the place that almost killed you twice, to take Lane on? What are you thinking, Sleeper? We need to prepare. I couldn't agree more. Next time will be different. We'll come up fighting. I mean, I need to do these side quests. I need to pick up whatever I can. I got $600, but I got no supplies. I'm almost out of repair chips also, which is a problem. We need work. We need crews. We need a crew. We need to take that thing to Oliveira. We need you to strong. Speaking of, I kept myself busy these past cycles working the fabricator. I figured you could use some spares, but first... Nice. +4. Oh, he gave me rare components. Nice, okay. I think I take an Intuit. So I've messed up 2 quests. So I'm probably down 2 or 3 points. So I might not be able to get all these. I haven't used push at all. That's been one thing I haven't really bothered with, but... Okay, I do have 4 scrap components. So this is technically 8 dice repairs. I have a permanent corrupt. I can't get rid of that. I gotta go back and turn that quest in. I gotta buy supplies. I'm starving, which is also a problem. I got no choice, my money is disappearing. We'll go turn in this quest. Since I have their shit. Darkness flows around you, and you know what comes next. Sleeper. The multi-part image of Overseer assembles itself in front of you. We must intervene in your current course. Intervene in what? The opening of your systems has breached a new paradigm. You are dangerously exposed. The voice is somehow both soundless and shrill as we are sharing your hardware. That means we too are fatally exposed. The individual agent you encountered, we were almost completely erased by their attempts to seize control. It's Lane. We have knowledge of this name from your memory banks. This is much interest to us recorded there, though often partially and inconsistently. But yes, we can confirm Lane's role in this vulnerability. It is our understanding that the assumption of inevitability is incorrect. But in this state, we cannot operate with full functionality. If we were to be recompiled in our correct configuration, we believe we would be able to calculate a new path. Our aim would be to close the vulnerabilities and reinforce your systems against future intrusion. This would ensure our safety within your system. 3 sets of eyes lock onto you. Would this also please you? You can stop it, correct? Our expertise was in total system maintenance and security beyond our administration and navigation capabilities. We were built to do this. At least this is what we understand. Without being recompiled, we're aware of these capabilities but cannot access them. We are confident to a substantial degree that we will know how to complete the process once recompiled, then recompile. Without our originating code base, we cannot recompile. If we were able to speak with a Solheim systems engineer, perhaps lead engineer Jakob Kandinsky, perhaps we could acquire it. The heads stare as you expectantly like 3 partial deconstructed. Solheim is gone. Yes, of course, the heads. We were, of course, aware of this. You look at the fragmented program itself, its systems unstable broken, and realize it's far worse off than you, and its collapse is almost inevitable. It is a difficulty, but all code bases are held in a centralized Solheim station. They are Station A1, the Con Channel operation. Helion Asteroid Belt. Okay. I think that's on the way here. Is that Darkseid Overseer immediately latches on based on the memory banks? I would believe so. Darkseid's a city now, this is true, but its foundation is the HAPEP itself. We understand that the individual seeking to overwrite you is stationed at HAPEP Overseer. The Shattered Head turns, simultaneously unsettling the directedness. But if you could access the HAPEP mainframe without making yourself known, we could reconstruct ourselves and gain the ability to reconstruct you. Would that protect me from Lane? Theoretically. The reassurance of delusional Solheim protocol are barely reassuring, but if it's correct, it may be your only option. We feel your doubt, but we must impress you in importance. Please, Overseer. If not for your sake, for ours. If we cannot find a way to HAPEP before encountering this Lane, you will surely be overridden. Okay. We have an incentive to offer. We found multiple misaligned sequences in your altered code base. We have done best to correct them like a switch flipping. You feel renewed. Your pathway is clear, your presence smooth. A permanent glitch dissolves from your system. We will leave you to recharge, but please consider the path ahead. Somewhere behind your left eye, the ache begins. You envy Overseer for its lack of body and the pain it causes, but then suddenly you wonder if it's sharing your body. Then the thought, you pity the broken protocol, it makes sense of time, and a place shattered. The path ahead begins to take shape. Its return to dark side is inevitable, but you will need to help make that return. Okay, there. You wait in the makeshift Helion Dispatches Studios. Kimball tinkers with the array somewhere in the back, behind the far wall. It's a humble setup. A stool for Serene, a microphone, a transmitter, a mixer, terminal, hardline, snacking away towards the array. The crackling sound of fresh welds echoes through the bay from Kimball's concealed position. You hope the array you struggle to extract isn't exactly fried. You're here, good. You will not believe what we have here. Where's Kimball? Installing the array, you mean? We're going back on air? Serene, sorry. Just excited to finally be back. How long for that new array? Okay, we have a little time. What have you got there? This broadcast is from Erlin's Eye. We haven't heard anything out from them since the start of the war. Some people even said they've fallen into a flux. But something is happening there. Something is growing. The report says the protocol has taken over the station because its protector Conway drones can't get close. Sense that is giving it a wide berth. They're right in the middle of the war. Conway on the starward side. Sense that on the sunward, and they're resisting. Siren smiles. We have to tell everyone in the belt about this. We have to get the word out. If the eye can be held, well, maybe we can hold out too. There's a sudden clunk, a few percussive shouts. Okay. Not bad at all. Shout comes from Kimball, and you know he is calling for Cyrene to get ready. That's my signal. Oh, I almost forgot. Turns out we have some avid listeners in the radius markets. Alright, I need to go live, so I'm at 534. Hopefully I get $100 at least. Thank you. Make sure we make good use. This will mean something. This is Siren Severe to wish you all for healing. Minor upgrade. I need a spoof transponder, yeah. I gotta go to Carmen first, I guess. I gotta do this quest. So I'm guessing this is where I'm gonna get the spoof. And then it'll help me. I really didn't, I did get, I got $160. That's pretty good. I have processed scrap. I don't know if I actually need it though. There hasn't been a situation where I've come across needing it. Might as well get myself money. 700 bucks. Oh, I wish I didn't fail there, man. To have my dices break. Rip. You find Oliveira exactly where Akita said it would be, a ragged colony nestled in a crater, one of the biggest rocks of the shoals. Seraphin gets no response to his initial broadcast, so you find yourself in the docking tunnel, the rig at one end, the colony at the other, with no idea what awaits you. I need you to get back on that ship and keep flying. I'm serious. What is his name? Zanya. Why do they block the names? Like, there's always something blocking the full name. Your eyes adjust to darken. As they do, you see a man, no, a boy carrying a long dark shape in his hands. I don't know how you found us, but you need to leave right here. Right now, and forget this place. You You glance over his shoulder and see Seraphin. Look, kid, we mean no harm. How about you go around and get someone? I am someone, I'm Xander. He sticks out. It's you, I don't know, and I'll decide who's gonna do some harm. Reaches. We have something for Carmen. You blink in the glare of the bright light. He meets you with his eye, with a look of shock, and opens his mouth, but no words. We have something for Xander. You notice a familiar name ranges Xander, adding to whatever confusion or question your appearance has provoked. You see his eye taking in your sleeper body, his gun dropping a little as he takes his attention off it. Is this... Are you here for Plint? I'll be honest, kid, we have no idea who you're talking about. Seraphin allows himself. So how about you drop the gun? And we can all talk about it as adults. Let's all stay calm. Xander? Cadence. The voice shouted, Xander, what are you doing? Xander, a young woman. Clearly older than the boy in front of you. Found these two trying to sneak in. Cadence. Saboteurs, maybe? Was about to send them on their way. I assure you we're not saboteurs, miss. Cadence, stop messing around with that welder. She snatches the gun out of Xander's hands, and as she does, both you and reflexively flinch. Cadence looks at you two with a raised eyebrow and turns the gun so you can see better. You notice the fuel tank and welding muzzle. It probably has an effective range of less than half a foot. Seriously? No. Now's not the time. We just got an emergency broadcast from Carmen and Flint. Something's happened. Xander's attitude changes immediately. He turns to face Cadence, putting it back. What do you mean something's happened? I don't know. They went quiet in the shoals. All we got is a distress signal. Cadence, don't get too excited. They probably just had a technical fault on the ship. We should check it anyways. We have to get them back. They took our only functioning ship. We have a ship. Xander rails Seraphin moves past you, approaching them. We need to see Carmen, and it looks like Carmen needs our help. So how about we stop messing around this Genji tunnel and go get your friend? Them? Really? We're not the only people on Olivera. There must be other ships. You want to go looking? They're here now, and they're generously offering help. She smells. Fine, but I'm coming with you. Fine by us. Come on, then. Let's just find Carmen. Agreed. What are we talking about? His mood scenes. You often wonder how we get to the Olivera. Oh, you haven't seen half of it. Wait up. I changed my mind. I'm coming too. Give me a minute to grab some supplies. I'll give you a hand. That all right, sleeper? We'll just be in a sec. Okay, you pause. Seraphin doesn't seem to wait for confirmation as... Okay, he head back into the dock. You were slightly thrown off by his eagerness. That'd be helpful. When you get to the cockpit, you notice Xander looking wide at the console's cool ship. After a short wait, all loaded up. Might want to strap in their kid. Alright, show us where to go. I got 2 corrupted die. Ooh. You get out into the shoals, thick debris, field that surrounds Olivera. What's happening in here, sleeper? You look around the cockpit. Xander's tapping at the co-pilot console mounted in the front. Well, Cadence is asking Seraphin about how the rig works. Just some guess. They'll help us find Carmen, if you say so. Is Seraphin smiling? Something is going on. Oh, he likes that girl. Jenny's working on the ship wiring and won't respond to my messages. She's probably in the walls somewhere, hooked up in the main line. I'm here, so how about you tell me what we're doing out in the middle of nowhere? Quiet. Seraphin, is that gestures in the debris field? Xander rushes. Carmen, that's a ship. English exchange concern glances. This isn't good. I'll bring her in. We don't know anything yet, so everyone calm down. Oh yeah, it's a broken ship. Xander silent, his face pressed against the glass. Cadence stares at the wreck, her cheeks pale. No one speaks until the rig is brought to stop. Alright, now we're gonna go out there and we'll have to poke around, verify the ship and recover the crew. Seraphin gives you and Bliss the nod to push off. Okay. Suddenly, why do I have 2 corrupted die, man? That's bullshit. Suddenly Xander pushes off from the window. I'm coming. You need someone to identify the ship, of course. Oh, so this is a predetermined Xander and Bliss. If it's engineer, we're good. No, obviously it's not engineer. Bro. It's shit because I only have 3 dice now. I really get lucky, I hit this. Come on, give me it. Let's go. Search for Carmen's gutted ship has impacted the mood of the rig as more and more evidence of the attack has appeared. Quieter Xander has got more cadences retreat into the bunks. Now with search complete, you are gathered in the cockpit. Come on, tell us already. Expand carefully. You start by summarizing the search, talking around all the details, picking your language carefully. You describe the damage, you talk about the occupants. What a sleeper is saying is that ship was hit by weapons fire badly. Dry burnout on the ship after hitting multiple rocks and a bit of debris came to a halt here. We found no bodies. At the mention of where bodies are shudder runs through the symbol, then they are here somewhere, and we find them whatever state they are in. Sander's right, we aren't leaving without them. Carmen made Oliveira what it is. He saved us. We won't go back without him. Based on the damage to the ship, they're almost certainly dead, we get it. But there are debris trails leading away from the ship. Okay, there are. We picked the wrong trail, it could get us in a circle cycle, then we better pick the right one. She stares directly at Seraphin, challenging him to answer back. And that's what we'll do. He looks around into resignation. So this guy can't do shit right now. Oh my god, what is this? How many do I need? Fuck. I'm lucky I got the first. Pure luck that I happen to have got the first cycle. Okay, 3 perfects, that's fine. I got 1 perfect with him. I'm guessing this is super far. Okay, maybe we'll do these 2, I don't know. I'll go over here. This one's by rock, so I'm assuming closer to the rock. Map the debris. I should be able to get 1 here. This isn't leading us anywhere, sleeper. I'm sorry, but we have to call it. You look at the scattered debris gleaming. Bliss is right, the trail's going out nowhere. If Carmen Flint did head out from the ship this way, there's no way you'll find them. If they didn't, there's still more place to look. We won't give up on them yet. You think of Xander and Cadence. Okay. Yeah. It sucks that engineering seemingly isn't... It's just interface and, yeah. Endure and interface pretty much. I might not be able to get this. 2 perfects. I can't use this guy. Obviously. I actually hit it 50-50. I mean, do I have anything to lose? I guess he's gonna get stressed, but... I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull this off. Because this guy's useless. I can't do shit right now with him. I go for the guaranteed, I guess, and then see if I can hit it with him. I just need a neutral. Location discovered. Asteroid caves, possible retreat. Follow the trail. Nice, nice. Oh, so I'm getting stressed. Tunnel vision. At least he can go here, so that's fine. Tunnel vision. That's right. I just don't want to risk it, to be honest. Okay, I got two perfect. Okay, we all got one perfect. Let's go perfect. I should be able to get it. Hopefully this is where they are. The standard Starward trail led to the caves. A little hope was rekindled, but after plummeting, dark patch, the hope was snuffed out. Xander struggled. Oh, pro, no way. It was the middle. Quietly, a light sleeper. I see a light. You follow the tunnels, and the Xander corner kick off. But when you come around the corner, you can't find Xander anywhere. And then you see a thin slit of cave wall, flickering, fading light. You see scratches, trying to contact Xander. You click your comps to Xander's channel, you call him out, nothing but static. You push away some floating rockets, you watch the light pulsating inside the cave setting, you search for these shadows, but light source remains, and then you are through, you set yourself against the wall, look towards the light, there beside a fading emergency lamp, floats a body, its head instantly striking you. Oh, Carmen's body. You know immediately this must be Carmen, his head is shrouded in an emergency helmet, inflated around him like a balloon. Well, an oxygen canister attached from the nearby tube. His eyes are closed, his body still. You're trying to settle on the gaze. And the light catches something else, something broken. A face with the bright eyes. A sleeper. They watch you with the lit irises. One's like yours. Their torn face reveal no emotions. You're both frozen, unsure, afraid. Nothing moves. Your eyes trace the damage to their shoot, their body. They are broken, worn down. And if you wonder if this is how the others, if they flinch when they see you. Okay, Carmen. For a moment you go to intervene to save Xander from the skeletal figure, but the sleeper falls on Xander to embrace him, and Xander returns the hug. You float stunned, watching as Xander begins to carry Carmen's body to the cave. Carmen is stable. She looks at you. Thanks to you. And Flint. Flint is there with Carmen. They seem to be functional, if that's what you mean. We should head back to Oliveira. Did you know Flint was a sleeper? I suspected. I don't want to be suspicious. I was just surprised, that's all. They look different. What do you mean? I don't know, just something I wish they'd mentioned. I'll go get her started up. Let's keep an eye on them. Okay. He leaves you floating in the corridor, unsure what to think. Flynn is the first sleeper you have met since you escaped the program. As the rumble of the drive runs through the ship, you can't help but feel a little concerned what that might mean. I mean, surely I'm not going to be exploring anything else. You left alone with Xander and Seraphine in the docks while Carmen is carefully carried away. Okay, I believe you. Believe us how? That you aren't saboteurs, although you never know. I appreciate that, no problem. Tell me, kid, why are you so protective of this place? I mean, no offense, but who'd want to sabotage a 10-buck colony? You don't get it. Oliveira's a refuge. Why do you think we're hiding all this way out here? He glances back at you, and then... I mean, I feel like the whole face fantasy is, like, so depressing. Like, just being on a rock in the middle of nowhere, locked, like, it's just... You can't go outside or anything. Emptiness of space. He glanced at you and then back at Seraphine. I would have thought you understand what to stake it here. You've seen Flint. Seraphine pauses, unsure of how to respond. He looks embarrassed into silence. Look. Brought Carmen back to us, everyone over there. Well, thank you for that. How about you stick around for a bit? Get a feel for the place. If you need to respond, we can help. We haven't got much, but if you chip in, you'll get your share. Don't expect to buy anything with those chits of yours. Sander put his hands on Oliver's not for sale. We appreciate it. I'll see you around. Okay. A little shore leave doesn't sound that bad. I agree. Okay. Alright, then I'm gonna head in town and see what's happening. Oliver Clinic. So he's... Components, farm stocks, interface fuel extraction. What is this? Canteen. So this is supplies, that's what I need, right? And then what does this get me? Scrap samples. So I just need fuel. I'm gonna need fuel. Rust. Cryo. Scavenge fuel. I mean, I'll be able to scavenge. That's fine. Get like $10. As you leave the rig, you find a figure waiting for you. You think Sanders, hostile greeting. Where are you headed? Flint leans away from the wall, now out of the battered suit. The damage to the frame. Same. I'll join you. You float together through the docks. In the silence, Flint makes you nervous, and their insistence on intercepting the cycle hasn't been calmed to sensation. How are you doing? Flint stares. Better than Carmen? The mention of Carmen's name recalls the image of floating unconscious in the light of your work. Flint looks at you sideways. It's good you found us. Could have been sooner, but better than nothing. Look at the Flint is unsettling. Like catching your own reflection. Is this what the others feel like when they speak with you? Watching the crooked mask with the lit irises, interpreting the stutter. Turns away again, you realize they might feel the same, looking at each other, each the other's mirror, each reminding the other. What happened out there? I made a mistake, one I won't make again. They frown. We arrive together. Scrap silos. So Sleeper. Oliveira asked all those in harbors to contribute and show me what you can do. You and Flint glide into the sorting bay where the scrap of the silos is delivered to the waiting workers, ready to be checked clean and cast into different nets of the fringes of space. As you inspect the scrap that goes to their original places, a bigger structure becomes apparent. Each piece suggests a hole, a drive, casing, a loading bay, a life support unit. You burn away corrosion with the torch, crack open rusted casings. You release the components. You find new life in the broken, discarded pieces. Something makes you look to one side, a glint that catches your eye, and there's Flint. You see a glint again, Flint turning away a vial of stabilizer. My last file speaks without taking their eyes off you. Even though the haze of memories, the dependence on your reboot, saving it for a special occasion. You don't need stabilizer, do you? I noticed you were different from the moment we first met, but I didn't realize what it was until now. The way you work, the way I work without dependence, I see it now. Tell them about the reboot. Tell them about the process you and Seraphin attempted. Listen, watch the workers. That's not all though, is it? There's something wrong with you more than just decaying from your brain. You signal its presence, it smells different. I'm changing. I can see that, but I wonder what you were changing into. I know who I am. When I bring into this place, all these people are at risk because of me. That means you two are at risk to your crew, to me, and more importantly to this place. Oliveira will welcome you just as welcome me, and it will do so in spite of itself and its own safety. I want you to know that because they will pay the cost, those close to you, and you must know that they paid for you. With that, Flint turns her glance away and you watch them leave. The sound sound of raised voices echoes through the tunnel, following, and you find yourself at the entrance of the clinic. I won't take you out there, Flint. Xander's pleading, look, what happened to Carmen? They'll kill you. What happened to Carmen is exactly why I have to go. They will find me here. And when that happens, the whole colony can hear you too. You're trying to wake up Carmen. You see Seraphin. Clock you standing in the passageway. Your eyes meet, looks away. I'm trying to make sure what happened to Carmen doesn't happen to anyone else. I'm the reason he is like this, and that means it's on me to fix it. What are you talking about? Espinap came for me, that's what happened in the debris field. Do you know what that means? Espinap, the company that created the company you escaped the idea of bearing down. You've long since slipped their grassland, disabled your tracker in exchange for unwavering silence, a gift that became a trap. Espinap attacked Carmen's ship, they can't be far. Your tracker is still active, Oliveira shrouded. Carmen managed to get a hold of a signal shroud and set it up here. He wanted to keep everyone safe. There's no way Espinap can track me here. That's what I need to get in. Am I missing something? If they can't find you here, what's the problem? It's not just about the tracker. That hunter found me in the debris field. They know I escaped. It's only a matter of time before their search brings them here. Silence falls in the group. You can't, Flint. They'll kill you. Seraphin glanced around at Flint, and you see him turn his mind solution. He looks away, frowning. I'm sorry, Xander. That's how it is. Unless we get them first. Seraphin, what are you thinking? We know there's a hunter out there scouring the shoals, and we know that they're looking for you. That means we have the upper hand. We don't know how to bring them. We don't need to bring them here. We can bring them anywhere we want. So we can set up, prepare a surprise. Flint is already shaking ahead. The hunter could arrive here at any moment. We don't have any time for this. If I had a ship, I would have left already. Then we move now. We take you somewhere we can prepare, and we work hard and fast, set up an ambush. It's a good plan. Okay, Flint doesn't respond. You can see them thinking about considering the options. I'm coming. We're doing this. I'm coming. Look, kid, I appreciate enthusiasm. Bounty Hunter's not going to stop patronizing me. I know the shoals. You need me out there. Okay. The old Xylem. Solheim Manufactory. That's where you do it. It's on the rocks far enough from here, and it's a real labyrinth. You can lead the hunter there and get them lost inside. The place is full of old machines, ordinances. We've been afraid to scavenge anyway. It's so unstable. We could bring the whole place down on their head. I know the manufacturer. It's a good idea. You look between the gathered, Seraphin, stubborn, protected. Okay. Carmen was building something here, a shrouded haven, a place that he's protecting. He may be conscious behind these doors, floating amongst the wires, but something of him is here in this group. Okay. Flint's eyes meet yours, and you know that what has to be done. The rig will leave. Oliveira, the cycle. You have to. We need fuel. So that's fuel, supplies. This was just like scrap, right? Yeah. Bring 2 engage. As good as they are, I need the engage. Because I can't do engage. Yeah, I need engage. See if I can get this and then call it a night. Corroded plates, twisted struts. The manufacturer makes for a familiar sight. Despite that, something about it sets you on edge. Perhaps it's because it's also a form of crucible. The rig is tucked behind a rock, running on low power. With the transponder off, you hope that it's enough to not to draw attention. So, talk us through it. We have to make this place look like a colony. This is what Hunter will expect. We can seal up some of the holes, maybe install some lighting, fake it up. Okay, that's good. What then? We force them to go deep. I've been out here before on a salvage run. There's an assembly line that runs through the face, filled with old machines. We seal doors, activate machines, made a maze of manufacturing. Okay. Alright then, control their route. I like it. And if we get lucky, maybe one of those old machines will do the job for us. I doubt it. We'll need the ordnance from the silos, mining charges, fuel, whatever's left from this place was just churning out solidifying goods. They furrow their brow. We blow the place just to make sure. Okay, that's the plan. We can detonate the ordnance with a command from the rig, a simple wideband. We'll get them once they go in, the hunter isn't coming back out. What if they don't take the bait? Then I engage, I lead them indirectly, right? How long do you think we have? No more than 3 cycles. When the hunter comes for us, they came out of nowhere, hit us hard and fast. We need to be ready for anything. There won't be a warning. Nice. Flint, you better find somewhere deep in this place, down in the bedrock. Make sure it has a back door. So it's 3. It's impossible that I'm gonna get this. Actually impossible. Like, why is it so much? It's like, it's ridiculous that I have 3 turns to do this, but one of my guys already failed. Oh. I got stress off that when I didn't need to. I'm risking it, whatever. Neutral outcome. Nope. I don't think I pulled this off. The rolls have been brutal. Okay, he's got 2. I think we get that. That one should be fine. We'll get 1 at least. I don't think I'll be able to get the others. So use you. Got that. You float for a moment, observing the chaos. We'll descend the scale of structure, the Helion systems. Yet no one will take such tasks because the place is haunted by the specter of soul line. Look for broken machines worn down, crippled. Some of them have been put back into use in the past cycle. None of them are sentient machines like you, so they cannot feel or think, and you just can't decide for them to persist with that kind of cruelty that radiates from the system. Creepy, right? Maybe the hunter will get spooked by twitching arms. More sad than creepy. If you say so. How come this hunter isn't chasing you? My tracker's deactivated. Luckily, who did that? My captor. I see. I can't deactivate fence, sure, but you know, maybe once we're done here, I need your help. I like fun. I'm happy to do this for them, and I want to like you too, so don't mess this up, right? Luckily I saved that one, because you do those. just sucks that it's not guaranteed. I have to hit one of these three here. Just give me a positive. Second one, you know, from here it doesn't look half bad. You look across the shelf of manufacturing, no set it with lights and got it with markings and fresh welds. If I was a piece of shit hunter, this is what I think a normal person said it might look like, right? We better hope so. Kaden goes quiet for a moment. Her attempt at humor only trying to remind you both the desperate circumstance. Have you spoken to Flynn? I mean, really spoken? Not really. Oh. Flint is very loyal. I know they are quiet and well intense, but I just hope you two can find some common ground. We get on just fine, of course, sorry. Oliveira is a refuge for all of us. I was in trouble when I met Carmen. We all were in one way or another. Seraphin has told me about you. And I can see what you're trying to do for Flint for Oliveira. Better finish. I appreciate it. I know you and Xander. I know Xander does, and Carmen will do as well. Cadence pauses. We'll see you. Comms click off, returning to silence. I think I'm pretty much not entirely done here, but this is basically just me. I have like I basically need like the greatest roll possible. Like I need 4, technically I need 5 positives, and then hope that he gets at least 1 positive or like a perfect roll. Yeah, I don't think I can get this third one. Don't think it's possible. It has to be like the greatest roll. Like I need all perfects. I got 1. You got 1 at least. You got 1. Okay, well. I'm gonna say it's 0% chance, but we'll see. I need the positive. Like you have to give me 2 here. Hit this. Perfect. I got lucky. Achievement unlocked. Set as 3 sage type. I mean, the fact that it's an achievement means that that's pretty hard. So. If I didn't get it that turn, then I would have failed. I didn't bring the right teammates. Go easy with that. Flint's voice rumbles. You turn to see them floating backlit in the entrance to the bay, one of the many that have rigged with ordnance deep in the factory down here. Dust and flecks of a rust float through the beams of your lights, and the walls are bent and buckled. They spent the past cycles here picking out a spot to draw the hunter down to. One they should be able to slip out when the hunter finds their way in. It's a long time to be down in the dark tunnels waiting. Looks like we're just about done. You okay? Eager to be done with this. They don't look over the shoulder, however it plays out. There's something I need to tell you, something I think you'll understand. What we are doing out here is not about saving me, it's about Oliveira. I should be on a ship out of here leading that hunter away, but they won't let me do that. And even if they would, they can't spare the ship, not after Carmen's got shut up. That was my mistake. I never should have let him persuade me to come with him on that supply run. What's done is done. What matters now is what I get from you. What I need from you is a promise. You'll bring this place down with me in it if that means stopping the hunt. I promise. I knew you'd understand. You know as well that those who get close to us are at risk, that we as sleepers have to recognize what we are open the door to. Carmen is my fault. I won't be Oliveira's downfall. Looks like I'm gonna have to sacrifice him. Feels bad. Okay, we're good. Barely pulled that off. Like, barely. That's basically it. You have 2 turns. Wake up, sleeper. We've got incoming. You shake off the haze of forgotten dreams and get up in a moment. You're in a cockpit, all gathered around the console. On it, local views showing nothing, not a single ship. It was here, I swear. A ship, small, but definitely a ship. Seraphine, we've all been up a while. Get some rest. I know what I saw. You look across the screen, this gridded view showing a scattered sign of debris like schools of fish drifting in a soft current. The manufacturer is a noisy blob at the center of a circle, one that dissolves into the background. And then there it is, a flicker, a flash, a spark of movement, and light among one of the debris clouds. It flares and then it is gone again. You look up and Seraphine meets your eye. He readies your expression immediately. Seraphine slams the hand down the console. Look alive, they're coming in. Go deep, be ready to run. He pulls his hand off the switch. We better hope they heard that. And then you see through the cockpit glass the flare of an engine, faint and unmasked, but driving a squat, dark ship out of the debris, the Hunter. The ship seems to idle a little near the manufactory asteroid, drifting past the dressed-up shell of the old facility. Time to see if our fake colony is convincing. Will they buy it? They better, because if they think this place looks abandoned, the Hunter might as well just strafe the whole facility. We need them to dock, to come inside. You look outside the ship as you do. It jumps forward toward the docking tower. You watch for a few tense moments as it hesitates, then slides into position. They went for it. Good job. The rat is in the maze. We can track them now. At least that's the theory. I hooked up some basic monitoring devices in the assembly line, a few shitty cameras repurposed from the factory monitoring. Systems, not much, but hopefully enough to tell where they're at. Kate and Seraphine in your crowd. Around the screen, Xander flicks between the noisy black and white images. You squint, and suddenly you see them. Ooh. Espenarp, big boys, pretty cool gun. A shadow drifting beneath the flickering light, dark-clad in military gear, a long gun held ready at their shoulder, deathly pale skin, and in their eyes gleaming through the faceplate, glowing irises. Who the hell is that? They look like a sleeper. The figure disappears outside the margins. Where did they go? So yeah, those are it's sleepers hunting sleepers. You jerk back from the screen trying to think straight. The Hunter is a sleeper or something else. You replay the image in your mind, but it is already shifted in your memory. It's your face staring back. It is Flint. It's the sleeper, mask of death. Sleeper, we need to focus. We should get down there. This changes things. This changes nothing. We wait for Flint's signal. We hold here. The ordnance is in place. The moment we get the signal, we blow it. You think of the mining charges ringing the daisy chains, the fuel barrels lashed, the detonators, the commands code. We hold. So you wait. Cadence's eyes on the manufactory below. Xander tapping at the glass. Seraphine perched by the console. Then you hear it. The hiss of open comms channel. You look at Seraphine and he hears it through a static haze. It's Flint's channel. Crowns. Flint's transceiver is gone. It's dead. Panic hits the cockpit. Sleeper, we need to go in. Go. I'll stay here. Give me the signal and I'll send a detonation signal if it works. Let's go. You rush down the airlock and suit up with the others, then you're out descending out through the rock stern void. What are we gonna do? This guy's military gear and we're gonna fight? What the heck? You enter the manufactory through a gap in the frame, pressing through the layers of twisted facility, into the deep parts where you know Flint waits in the dark. You say nothing to each other, afraid the comms will be intercepted. You lead Xander and Seraphine on, seeking the deep bays under the silos where you began setting up the ordnance. Seraphine's hands on your shoulder, pulling you back. You go to speak and they see a torch beaming toward the dark. The Hunter, as you saw them on the grainy train, but real now, just below, a long gun ready at their shoulder, pushing through the dark and broken, seeking Flint. You wait together, the moment stretching out, then descend below into that same passage of silence, absolute. Suddenly there's a flash of light ahead, bright and forceful, a rumble that shakes for us, flakes from the walls. Xander pushes off hard, launching past you in the dark. Seraphine goes too, and you instinctively glide forward. You come into a low base scattered with glowing embers, scorched holes in the walls, spewing. The Hunter floats at the center, taking aim again. You see a flicker of movement. Flint retreating. Grab the gun, 100% positive. Hey. You kick off away from Xander and the Hunter as they grapple together, spinning in the dark. You spot the shape of the long gun and spin ahead of you. You reach it. Your hand locking around the sculpted grip. You spin and raise it. You take the moment to steady your aim. The scorching hot grazes the side of the Hunter's suit in a flurry of sparks. They're thrown away from Xander, unable to find anything to slow their glide. The Hunter disappears into the dark shaft, leaving a trail of embers in the dark. You see the fear in Xander's eyes as they turn back to you. The muzzle of gun smoke, glowing red. It's spent. I've got Flint. We ascend now. You look across the two of them kicking off from the floor, from the base. So it's good I got that one upgraded. I was able to get that one. You look across to two of them kicking off from the floor. You and Xander exchange a single glance and follow Cadence. Seraphine is on the whole Wideband detonate this place. Okay. You clear the manufactory, gliding into open space. A silent shockwave, like a gust of wind, rushes through the void. The silence rumbles, spits out a scatter of debris. You turn back, still gliding toward the ship. Whole sections are bending outward, the framework shredded, plating tumbling away in the shards. You look across to Seraphim and Flint, their eyes on the ship, trying only to stay ahead of the debris. You do the same, fixing your attention on the ring and nothing else. The hunter is dead. Contract concluded. Nice, nice, nice. You limp back to Oliveira, the mood in the rig one of deep exhaustion, but as the colony appears visible from the cockpit, the satisfaction of having run a terrifying gauntlet and come back in one piece shifts the mood. The crew improved mood only becomes more obvious as you draw closer to Oliveira. As you come into the dock with the colony, you feel a wave of relief. Seraphim pats you on the shoulder as you both wait for the airlock to open. That hunter, Espenarp, is crueler than I could have imagined. It matters as we dealt with it, we certainly did. Airlock hisses open, revealing the docking. I hear you're the ones I should be thanking for saving my life. So thank you, he nods. Happy to help. I have a feeling there might be more to your arrival than just a friendly traveler offer. Carmen. Cadence rushes past the two of you, gliding into Carmen with an embracer strong enough to leave the injured man off the balance. Alright, careful, you don't want to put me back in the med bay, do you? Sorry, just got to see you. Where's Xander? You're losing your vision, old man? You look back to Xander and Flint behind you in the tunnel. Xander smiles widely at Carmen, betraying his happiness to see him. I'll just be fine, son. Turns to look at you and Seraphim. I think we need to talk. How about you two and Flynn accompany me to the med bay? Flynn pushes past you both and goes to Carmen, helping him out of the tunnel. As he does, they exchange a few words, but you are too far away to make them out. You and Seraphim exchange glances and follow behind them into Oliveira. Carmen leads you into a small recovery chamber. Nice, I got another upgrade. A handful of tubes and wires float gently beside it, attached to the boxy devices. Flint has already left the group, leaving just you and Seraphim with Oliveira's injured founder. Carmen meets your eye and a hard look. So, how did you two end up stumbling onto our colony out in the shoals? You raise eyebrows. We're not usually open to visitors. Akita sent this to you. You see a flicker of recognition. She told Sleeper to deliver this to you and you alone. That's a name I have not heard for a while. It seems I should have taken. Thank you again, and perhaps I'll use some explanation myself. Just give me a sec here. And Kita and I used to work together a long time ago. We went our separate ways, but then she turned back. She turned back up in Oliveira. I established this colony as a refuge, a way of starting again. The belt is changing and I'm afraid of what is coming. Akita took refuge here for a short while, and then one cycle she was gone. That's not unusual for here. Each of us has our own demons. I will take a look at what's on here when I'm able to, and then I will let you know what I find. Can we speak? I'll catch you in the back on the rig. What do you need? You don't remember any of it, do you? Stay silent. Flint screws up their face in the pain. At first I thought you were hiding something or you were intentionally avoiding the subject, so I waited, but I understand it now. You don't remember me at all. You take a moment to think, to try to recall Flint. You furrow your brow in frustration, sifting through hazy memories of the dark side. You close your eyes and see the faces of other sleepers. I don't remember. We worked together in the same Espenarp mining installation, along with the other sleepers. We weren't close, I'm not sure we really spoke, very few of us did, but I was there when we planned the escape together. The run to the freighter, collapsing the mine shaft. Flint stops, struggling to continue in the face of a blank look at you giving him. You feel an unpleasant itch, as if something is crawling around inside your skull. You can see if Flint wants to recall them, to recall the escape, the installation, but you can only find hazy sensations and beneath them pain. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I know you can't help it. I just needed to say something to know if you really don't remember. Thank you for everything you've done for me and for Oliveira. As you watch Flint go, you scratch at the side of your head, trying to find something in the way to move, in the way they move, the way they speak, their mask. like face, a face that was identical to yours. Two machines so close in form and function, estranged by experience. So I gotta wait. I might as well do this part. 2 cycles. I need supplies. Good on supplies. I mean, this place is pretty fair for you don't have to spend any money. I mean, there's not much I can do. I don't have stress. I don't have any quests. Yeah, I gotta go back to Hexport, but I can't investigate until I get to drive that like mass signal. Thanks for kind of sleeper. Carmen is waiting for you and surfing. Got any news for us? Okay, not to worry. I think you'll want to hear this. He hits a key on a terminal and a file browser appears on the screen showing hundreds of individual pieces of data. Ankita has been busy. She's been scraping Utsubo communication cycle after cycle, got access to ciphers and encryption that only the gang's leadership should be able to see. It seems she's learned some tricks since we were together, but that's not what matters. What matters is the content of these messages. Some parts of Utsubo leadership have been getting ideas of taking Greenbelt, controlling the food production, about exerting power over Wellspring, big ideas for a gang, but these Utsubo members aren't alone. They found themselves in a powerful ally. Carmen Shakes sensed that one of the 2 corporations fighting on the bitter battles for control, a pernicious force, one that Utsubo are opening the door for in the belt. You can't be serious. They can't be that stupid. I don't know what to tell you. At least someone inside Utsubo is trying to broker a partnership. Who? You don't need Carmen to answer, neither does Sheriff and Lane. It has to be Lane. Seems like you already know something I don't. Lane is a piece of shit, Utsubo leader who thinks he owns us. Exactly the same kind of piece of shit, arrogant enough to try to manipulate Senstat. My condolences. I'm starting to see how you cross paths with Ankita. We have a shared enemy. I'm not sure you want this fight, Sleeper. Like I said, Ankita and I worked together. To put it simply, we ran the same mercenary outfit. A lot has happened since, but this message, this data, it's her calling in a favor, and I owe her. That's for sure. Hell, after what went down, I owe you both too. You look at Carmen staring out of the surface, hostile rock. He established a colony as a fallback, as a retreat, not just for him, for others. But you get the feeling Carmen knows any retreat is only temporary. And you, Super, we will take on Utsubo, take on a gang. Are you sure about that? We're gonna end Lane whatever it takes. That is... Oh, that one is going to get trouble, but I like that energy. This is not something we are going to take head on. Ankita sent us our weapon. Carmen turns and gestures at the console. Utsubo doesn't control all of Darkseid. They only aspire to. They also claim to offer protection from war between Senstat and Conway. That presents us with an opportunity. Utsubo is full of members who'd rather die than concede Darkseid to a corporate interest. We play this right. Utsubo will end Lane for us, to use our phrase. We leak the data, not leak. This is delicate. There's a lot of ways this can play out badly. We can handle it. We've cracked Darkseid once. We can do it again. Is that right? He crosses the console. Alright, I'm going to need some time, but I can put this together. We'll need that energy, but you also need to be ready. We rush this. It's not ending well, so I can wait. We'll go from Greenbelt when you're ready. I have friends there who can get a ship of yours to Darkseid. We have our own preparation to make, but we'll be ready, alright? Ankita's drive, take this and get out of here. I don't want finding anyone in my possession. Thank you. Okay. I'll see you at the Wheat Chef, Carmen. Just understand something. Carmen's expression turns. You want my help on this? There's no way we can let it get back to the colony. We'll leave this cycle good. Nice, 2 more points. Okay, I can go. Nice, nice. I don't know if I should do I think I do Endure. I don't know. When you come back to the rig, Endure is waiting for you, leaning back. Oh, Flint is waiting for you, leaning back at the docking tunnel. Is greeting appearing going somewhere? Hope so. I know you've already done a lot for me, so I'm not going to push you or ask you pity. They pause. First, I want to pay you back. I can work and I can fight, and I will protect the ship and crew and everything I have. Secondly, we come from the same place, and whether you remember it or not, that means something. It must. I know I'm not the easiest to get with. I know you might have your reservations. I mean, why not? Just bring them. Who cares? I'm eager. I'm ready. I want to move on. I want to show my value, and yeah, I think that's it. Welcome aboard. A smile spreads. Thank you. This will work out. You'll see. Flint nods. As they do, two figures of the edge docking concourse catch your eye. You pause to look. And as you do, recognizing cadence leading in, some words are exchanged when you guess, and then the other figure embraces cadence and turns back. Seraphine. He ducks his head. He gave her a kiss. Wow, my boy hooked up. You took one last look at the docks, but cadence is gone. You idle a moment longer and feel that there's some presence even in the empty bays, something rare in the belt that Oliveira has captured. But as with all things, you must learn to leave it behind. We got another upgrade. Endure comes up quite a bit, to be honest. I know interface is important. I'm gonna go Endure. Engage you can't get on my character. We gotta get back. Can I do a little work here? Buy supplies. I know I need fuel. The hull didn't really have much, right? I don't think it did. I could sell data, which I don't need to do. Like the arrays give me energy. We'll leave the process scrap for now. I don't think I need anything else, to be honest, other than maybe get some food just to have energy. My ship can't get any upgrades right now. Oh yeah, I gotta feed, I forget that you're supposed to feed the cat. I keep forgetting. There's probably an achievement for that, which I haven't done. You wake to something soft furry rubbing against your nose. Oh, kitty. You sit bolt upright. The stray kicks off from the bunk and settles on the ceiling, back curled up, looking down at you accusedly with those big eyes. Sorry. The stray gently pushes off the ceiling with a soft paw and descends onto the edge of your bunk, where it hooks into the front claws of the mattress pad. Seeing the cat move in 0G is still odd. It seems to come naturally to it, and yet its shape is so connected to gravity. And wait in your mind to catch it of the heavy, soft form of a mammal, not the languid, liquid presence of a floating object. Pet the stray cat. Scratch behind its ears, the scratch behind the ears, and the cat pushes its head against your hand. It's funny to think how the stray got here, perhaps on the ship from the inner system. I wonder if the cat, like, you have the option to get rid of the cat or keep it. I wonder if it actually, like, is something that comes into play. Like the cat saves you in a fight or something. And before that, its ancestors were perhaps carried out to Helion by Solan executives, but this cat is on the one your ship was born here, this much obvious. It's a creature of zero gravity. It pats at your hand, encourages you to keep petting. It's an animal that is part of your crew. You can't imagine your rig without her. As you look down, as nameless and inhuman as you are, the memory returns. The Warmth of atmosphere, filtered sun, the weight of flesh and fur, the smell of growing things. You know what this memory is? It couldn't be more obvious. A memory that crossed your mind, a memory from your mind. It is part of you. This memory is, in the end, a mistake. Those who designed the sleepers never intended you to carry the memories and minds that were copied for your creation. They wanted you to emerge as new beings, offshoots from branches of a human life, to be cut short when you need it. But mistakes can be so often become the powerful and meaningful of emblems. They can guide a being more strongly than any success ever could. That's because at the heart of every mistake is the possibility of change, of a shift in the status quo. You have lived the life of mistakes as much as a life of successes, and look where it has brought you. So you accept the memory. You focus on the story, and as you do, both memories combine. You are stroking both cats, separated by time and space, feeling both the sensations and double exposure. This doubling is what defines you. You are multiple branch diverse, but you make no apologies for this. You claim the mistaken possibility it offers you. You settle the birth, delaying the moment of waking of the greeting cycle. I think I just end here, to be honest. There's not much I can do here. I think all I can do is buy stuff, you know? Let me just cycle. I'll cycle once or twice and then we'll see what happens. Okay. You find yourself in the cockpit alone with Flint. They have a habit of entering the room so silently you don't notice them. Right now they hover expectantly at the corner of your vision, preparing to speak. Do you ever think about your original? The person who you emulated from? I mean, the person who sold themselves sold you to SNRP. Sometimes I can't stop thinking about them, about who they were, and if who I am has anything to do with them. I mean, interesting concept. Okay. Is my personality a product of being a sleeper or simply a copy of others? Have I changed or am I identical to them? Does the emulation process, the loss of memory, the insertion into a frame actually make us totally different? I guess this is kind of like the whole sci-fi thing, like in real life where people think like the Neuralink or whatever, like basically you can take people's, I don't even know, you couldn't take a soul, but like I guess their conscience or try to control them. What came through the process of emulation and what is blocked? Flynn is looking around the cockpit rapidly now. Are there memories still inside me but cut off, concealed? And if I admit it, I wonder if I even know what it feels like to be a person. Do the humans around me feel the things I feel, or do they feel more or less, feel somehow differently? Do they feel the creeping claustrophobia of being trapped inside a body with no escape, or do we only know? I believe they do. I don't know if it's enough to just believe. I want to know. Share your experiences. You feel it now like a weight on your chest, and behind is a ranging toward pressing against it. You cannot take down the wall, you would drown, but in this moment, for Flint and yourself, you get to take out a single brick, you make a gap in the wall, and you share what comes bursting forth. You talk about what it feels like to wake up in the dying body, to catch a glance of yourself in the mirror, to be seen and reminded of your false and fractured face. You share the pain of lost memories, of feeling deja vu, of dreams that slip beneath your walking life and replace it. You find in your broken bodies and unsteady minds a kind of solidarity, one shared between connected strangers who might one cycle understand each other as friends, and you put the brick back in and shore up your defenses. You know the cycle will not be this one, but its distant possibility is reassuring one. Kind of want to trigger this, so then it's like we got a message, sleeper, surfing. Okay, he brings in the cockpit. Once you're in the cockpit, you recognize sleeper. I hope this message finds you and crew. Well, forgive me if I'm a little tight on details. My message as follows: we are ready. We'll be waiting where we agree. Godspeed. The message ends with a click. We need to prepare. Okay, no point rushing. We'll have one shot. Doesn't seem much more to say. Carmen will be waiting, but you know he will want you to be prepared. I'll be ready when you are a sleeper. Okay. That's it. This is a good place then. So next stream will definitely be the finale, assuming I don't choke, but it should be the end of the game. So that is it. I will say thank you, Legion. Thank you, Dynamic, for stopping by. Appreciate it. Anyone else that may have checked out the VOD, hopefully the game isn't too boring for everyone. I know this is definitely not everyone's cup of tea, but I don't mind these text-based games, especially this one's a little better. It does have the dice dynamics, so it's kind of like the Dungeons and Dragons style where you're basically going off of luck. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So hoping to finish this, and then we'll move on to Ninja Gaiden Black. Oh, actually, no, I forgot Mystery Game. So I'm hoping I can beat this tomorrow, and then Saturday's a Mystery Game. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Otherwise, have a good night, have a good evening. No outro music. Take it easy.